Trapped in this Hi, chat. How is everyone
I gotta
doing?
hide the dog now.
Hide the dog now. Thanks.
Yeah, we gotta hide the dog. You are in multiple places.
I am in multiple places. Nerdy Text and Accountant, thank you for re-upping your membership for 3 months. I greatly appreciate it. Can you believe I've already been monetized for 3 months?
Is that full monetization or just
full monetization? No,
access?
that's been about a month at least.
Okay.
Sorry,
Fair
a month
enough.
at most. A month at most.
That's pretty crazy, man.
Yeah. It's great. So, chat is Dogwave. We have the Dogwave. Oh. How are both of you tonight? I need to get Dylan up on screen.
I'm a little
awake.
tired. I'm a little tired just because, you know, I did spend the last couple of hours yelling about Hassan getting arrested. Or not arrested, but you know what I mean.
Well, yet.
He might. If he does, that would be funny.
If he keeps running
but,
his mouth, he's probably going to.
We'll see. We'll see. What about you, Dylan? You've been working today, haven't you?
I mean, I've been building furniture today. That's what I've been doing.
You sound tired, which you wouldn't be if you had bought nothing but IKEA furniture, so you should have bought IKEA furniture to build.
No. I wanted nice furniture.
IKEA furniture is nice. It's stylish.
No, this was a difference of $500 per piece, so I absolutely had no problem assembling it. No, my bigger problem is that I'm currently getting curtains because I sleep like hell.
Fair.
Oh, do you need blackout curtains?
Yup.
That's fair. I bought blackout curtains a month after I moved, and if I didn't have my alarm, I wouldn't know that it was bright outside.
Oh.
Yeah, exactly.
I love it.
Yep, that's in there. That's in. Most of the tech stuff. The only one that's not in here is actually the top one that you sent.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
The AI, the Microsoft AI engineers thing.
Yep. That's the only thing.
Really? I would have thought you would have put that in there.
I didn't see that one. I didn't even know that was a thing.
Well, if that's what if that you don't have here, take this inquiry I asked Google asking how expensive it is for AI to be used at large scale, because I felt like that would be interesting to include.
Yeah, sure, we'll do that. Oh, excuse me. Sorry, chat. It's been a lazy day.
Oh, a lazy day.
It has. I mean, I got my stuff done as soon as I got up this morning, and then I've been on Final Fantasy 14 literally ever since.
That's fair.
So.
I already told chat, but I had an excursion where I had to run to Sam's Club because for some reason they canceled my membership for no reason.
Why did they can't? Oh, you said for no reason. You don't. Fair.
Yeah, I called and the Indian man said that he doesn't know why and they're gonna call me in a few days to fix it. I decided to just like remake it under a new email and they can just refund me on that other one.
Right. Well, otherwise, chat, we have a lot to go over tonight. I've actually had a minor problem lately where I just start opening up like links, and instead of just putting it in the docket, I'll just let my my browser tabs just fill up until like the day prior to Dogwave, and then I have to go through and make sure the link is still valid, and then cut it up to make sure that in case it's deleted by Dogwave, that we have it.
Mm-hmm.
It's a bad habit I'm getting into, and I need to get out of it.
Yes, you do.
It was MommaOcco. I was the one who canceled your membership. So, yeah. So, Destiny as a game. Here, we're just gonna go ahead and get started on this because we have. Where's Dylan? Why is Dylan not showing up? Oh, that's why.
Where is Dylan? Why is Dylan?
I also need to make the octopus Fugi disappear.
I mean, I'm currently here. As for why, I don't really know.
I'm gonna reduce Dylan's size just a bit. Okay. I guess we'll get started on Destiny because it's like it's a thing. Bungie released an article early this week.
You want to stream it?
Yes, thank you for the reminder. So Bungie released an article 3 days ago on Thursday called Destiny Destiny, every end is a new beginning.
Short for we're canceling the game.
Temp, Internet Zen Master for 5. Temp, you're telling me you don't archive the links in case it gets deleted? Sloppy. Also, how is Dylan?
Honestly, guys, I'm awake. I've been sleeping like crap. That's the main thing. I'm fixing that. It's just like, I am in a new place. It is weird, but I'm getting there.
Fair. And Sly Maverick for 20 gifted memberships. Thank you so much, Sly. No, I do archive links. It's just sometimes, like, I just will see them while I'm doing something else, like, whatever, and I'll just, like, click and, like, oh, I want to work on that. Click. And then I just lose it until... Like, I've had once, literally at, like, different times where I'm like, oh, I need to see that, and then I'll grab it, and then I look in the docket, and I've already grabbed it. And I guess that means I'm being extra certain that I have it, but... Here. Victus is saying look at SteamDB. Let's look at SteamDB while it's...
For Destiny?
Yeah, for Destiny and Marathon.
You do them side by side.
Yeah. Here. Alright, so Destiny right now is at 17,000 players.
Scroll out about 6 months.
I mean,
Yeesh.
that was 71,000.
That is a jump.
But still, I mean...
Yeah, but look at that jump.
Yeah. When was that?
They haven't had numbers like this since February.
No, they haven't. And I suspect once that update comes out... So we're going to get into that. But Marathon is at... Yeah.
Jeez.
They are still hitting new lows.
Yeah, they're hitting new lows. And here's the thing. They're going to hit even more new lows. Actually, let's do this. Compare.
Downloading more RAM. Oh my gosh. I love that.
So, Marathon had an all-time peak 24 hours of 11,000 players, whereas Destiny 2 had an all-time peak of 18,583 players.
And it'll probably go up as
And it will probably be
time
going
goes
up.
on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If Bungie... I really hope Bungie does not do what I... It'd be underhanded for Bungie, but they could do it. Announce the death of the game and then see a shitload of new players or like returning players and then go,
And then,
wait,
go back on it.
maybe we'll just not kill it because we got a whole bunch of players.
Yeah, that's a possibility.
I hate
It'd be a very scummy thing for them
It'd
to
be
do.
incredibly scummy. And if they do that, you can kiss both of them goodbye. Because that means that Bungie's willing to fake a death to get life back.
About to say I'd be fine with that, but
But so they won't do that. At least they better not do that. At this point, just commit to the death.
yeah.
Anyway, so let's go and give it a read. It's a long article. So,
Oh boy.
and there's
You're
some
gonna be reading for a
stuff
while.
in here.
I've been talking for a lot. You get to read.
Yeah, exactly. I get to read for the next 3 hours, chat. It's fantastic. For almost 12 years, we have had the joy and honor to explore the Destiny universe with you all. Through all the ups and downs, surprises and triumphs, building Destiny alongside our players has been a monumental privilege. While our love for Destiny 2 has not changed, it has become clear that after the final shape, we have reached the time for our shared worlds and Destiny to live beyond Destiny 2.
Which is insane because this is definitely not what they said back when they were working on Final Shape. They were talking about all of the things they wanted to do afterwards, and they had way more years of content after the game. So they really just don't want to admit the big elephant in the room, and that is that Sony told them to stop working on Destiny.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Internet Zen Master for 5. I'll be honest, as an outsider on Destiny, this game has been needed to get old Yellered 2 to 3 years ago. Its time has passed. And then Lobert for 5. Sony's best option is to axe both games, write them off on taxes, then shut Bungie or sell it. That won't happen. Here's the thing. I would have been more surprised if Bungie said we're literally shutting off the servers for Destiny 2, considering Destiny 1 servers are still up. As our focus turns towards a new beginning for Bungie, we will begin work incubating our next games. To that end, on June 9th, 2026, we will release the final live service content update for Destiny 2 to begin that new journey as a studio. Though active development may be concluding, we will ensure that Destiny 2 remains playable, just as the original Destiny is today. Many changes in this final update will aim to ensure that Destiny 2 is a welcoming place for players to return to. We're proud of Destiny 2, the places it took us, and the legacy it has created. Because of all you all, our universe is vast, built on years of shared stories, adventures, and victories. From the Cosmodrome to the Pale Heart to the Lawless Frontier, we have forged lifelong memories and friendships with you all. We are incredibly grateful to everyone who made that journey with us. From the deepest part of our hearts, thank you, and we'll see you in the stars. So, Destiny 2, Monument of Truth. This is the update coming in June. That is going to be the final update for Destiny 2. Since Destiny 2 launched, Guardians have turned back the darkness, defeated gods, shattered blades, banished nightmares, outplayed Savathun at chess, and forged legendary stories across the Sol system. On June 9th, Destiny Monument of Triumph will be available to all players. We're inviting all Guardians to take place in a celebration of these accomplishments. Legends, Dredgens, Renegades, Conquerors, New Lights, and everyone in between.
Nah, fuck the New Lights.
Each year since launch, Moments of Triumph celebrated highlights from Destiny 2's most recent chapter. This time...
That makes me think. Imagine if you decided to get this game with the most recent expansion that came out a couple of months ago, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well,
Imagine you get this game in December and you're like, oh boy, they're saying that they've got a lot of content they want to do for this game. And then this happens.
Yeah. Are these new armor sets? Sorry, I just realized this. Are these new armor sets? Never realized that. They might be new armor sets. Neat. Legendary marks for return from ages. Sorry, let me make sure that. This time, the Monument of Triumph update will broaden that celebration, bringing together experiences from across Destiny 2. Well, do you want to start with bringing back the content you sunset? No? Okay.
No, they deleted it.
Legendary marks return from ages of triumphs past. Earned by completing a game-wide array of triumphs, they will grant access to a wide selection of free armor ornaments, accessories, weapon engrams, and more. An additional title and armor ornament set awaits those who range widely in their deeds, immortalizing your legacy in Destiny 2. But this update has much more to offer than the monument itself. Rediscovering Sol. We've been embracing the mission by making this update feel meaningful. Looking back at many of the requests that players have shared with us over the years, while finding ways to bring some of them to life. And now, on June 9th, we're aiming to deliver a collection of love letters to players across all activity types within Destiny 2. Although many were intended for future releases, we wanted to make sure you had them in this update. Our goal is to ensure Destiny 2 can be a place you can come back to and feel rewarded no matter what you play, while also having enough variety and activities to fit your mood as a given play session. Whether you're looking to play competitively, slay a god or two, or spend some time exploring the destinations, there will be something for you. Not always, just something. Below, you'll find a laundry list of features and bullets expect further blog breakdowns to give a full picture. And of course, a few surprises for you to find on launch day 2. Story. Monument of Triumph will deliver small character beats to leave the story and characters in interesting places, touching on themes across Destiny. We encourage reading and exploring to find all the Easter eggs, callbacks, reveals, and love for the lorehounds. The return of the director.
Yay! Everybody was so pissed off when this was gone.
I'm mad.
Was Lawless Frontier the new planet?
So the Lawless Frontier is Mars.
Okay.
It's
so, I have one question. Because I didn't get to touch Destiny 2 for the most part.
Right.
So I'm mostly in the dark on this.
Yeah.
My question was, so they said it's still playable for Destiny 1. I intend to prove that, but the question specifically is, what in God's name is the director?
So, okay. So the director is so what you see on your screen right here is all the different destinations you can go to.
Mm-hmm.
This was essentially replaced by the portal back in the Edge of Fate, which was the 2 expansions ago. The portal was basically kind of like a, here's everything you should do. It's like the recommendations tab in 14, but made really dumb. And it's a gigantic mess and no one liked it. And they essentially replaced the director with that. This is the director where it's like, if you have like a thing on that destination, it'll show here. So you see this like symbols on Kepler, the Throne World, the Lawless Frontier, stuff like that.
Right.
That means
is Kepler the new planet?
Kepler is one of the new planets.
Okay.
Those icons mean that there is something for you to do there. Now, admittedly, I don't know.
That's kind of frustrating.
If there's show or if that's like, because that was what it was when I played. I don't know if like that's what these new icons mean. But taking a fairly good guess, that's what it means. But
that's kind of frustrating if you're someone that tries to do all of like the stuff, because then it's going to be okay. Well, where is it exactly?
Yep. No, absolutely. Yep. And the portal basically kind of tried to make it like that. Where it's like, oh, everything you can do is on this one page. And to say that the portal coming out nearly killed the game. Well, actually, it did kill the game. Says a lot of how bad it was.
I heard the sunset content is in the China one. Kind of, yeah.
What is really interesting about this is that there have been fan mock-ups for like, what if you combine the directors for Destiny 1 and Destiny 2? And it showed like Venus, Mars, the Dreadnought, the Plaguelands, the other places that we can't go to in D2, along with the planets that we have in D2. While this is not the version of that, they've definitely taken fan concepts for the director with designing this, because this is way more detailed than we've had in ever. I do wish, and I'm noticing this, and this bothers me a mild bit. I really wish that behind the moon we had the Leviathan, like we used to, because the Leviathan is still there. It's just we can't do anything with it.
Right.
Anyway, we have embraced the player feedback about the director and portal, and a newly refreshed director returns to its rightful place as the center activities in Destiny 2. All portal activities are still available via lists in the nodes at the bottom of the director, which is this right here. In fact, this is very reminiscent of the old D1 director. Because in the old D1 director, you used to have all these different tabs, like the featured raid, featured strike, featured PvP, like activity, like Iron Banner, Trials of Osiris, just off in the corner, like over here. This is actually all we've asked for, literally since Destiny 2 came out, and they're giving us this when Destiny 2 is dying. So Bungie, on behalf of every player who has begged this of you for years, fuck you.
I'm gonna be honest, as dude who played Destiny,
they're not doing that.
Well, as a dude who plays and owns, like, Chad, let me give you an idea. I own the OG Destiny, and the OG Destiny not on PS4 or PS5, on PS3. Like, legitimately, as somebody who's looked at this and having you guys explain it, assuming what all is like there, I'm just like, why didn't y'all just A, take the advice from the community, and B, why didn't you theme it like a little bit? Maybe I'm pulling too much because I've played too much and biased on this one, but why not pull like the star map from Warframe? Do something similar.
By the way.
Yeah.
No, thanks for the reminder. I think that's what I'll play while we're talking about this.
Fair. I don't blame you for that one.
Chat, this is my list of Pokemon that I'm collecting right now, by the way. I'll show it more when I actually have a list to show.
So, the director, this is a fantastic spot. If all Bungie could do was bring back all the Sunset content and stories, I'd say Destiny 2 is actually a fantastic game to get into. Minus, of course, the couple of stinker stories from the seasons, but...
Yeah, they brought back all of that lost content. I think it would get way more love and attention.
It would, absolutely.
I mean, I'd be apt to playing it. I'd literally buy all of the DLC if they brought everything back. because I played when it was free to play, and I can't play the same game anymore. And legitimately, I would be okay with doing that. Like for devs I support, a great example. Like when Stellar Blade came out, I haven't spent on the cosmetics for Nikke, but I have no problem playing the hell out of the game and singing its praises. And then proceeded to pre-order Stellar Blade and everything under the sun with it. And they know who they sell it to, but I'm just saying.
Exactly.
I just want to say, chat on my screen can see this. Excuse me. I forgot that I decided to color my oh fuck, I can't remember this
Dante?
this character's name. Yeah, I forgot that I colored Dante so that he looks all white.
Sperm.
No, that's not why he's white.
I know, but because of like the wavy bits, it gives off sperm vibes.
That's not why he's white.
I know. Dante because he's
I feel like I
Egyptian
should be
themed.
concerned.
Anyway, Pantheon 2.0. This is both good and frustrating. I hate this and I love this.
Oh,
A new Pantheon is coming as a permanent addition with a fresh slate of bosses to challenge and overcome. June 9th, the first slate of bosses becomes available with 2 activities, each featuring a unique roster of bosses. June 13th, what we're calling the Gauntlet, the full lineup of boss encounters in a single activity. And June 16th, encounter rotations begin. Players can attempt featured single boss encounters for rewards. For those who don't know why this is frustrating, there have been leaks for months about Pantheon 2.0. So we've pretty much known this is coming.
right.
But the leak that we heard was the bosses they're going to give us for Pantheon 2.0 is the bosses they yoinked away from us when they sunset Red War all the way up through Forsaken. And those
Really?
Yes.
Let me get this straight. So the bosses and the content that you sunset, that you said you deleted and we could not get back, I'm suddenly getting back.
Yep.
What?
Yep. And this image all but proves it. Because 3 of these bosses, that is Leviathan, that is Eater of Worlds, and that is my brain wants to say Garden of Salvation, but that's very wrong. Crown of Sorrow. They don't show Spire of Stars boss here, or the Scourge of the Past boss here, but those were also leaked to be coming out in this update. But that means every single boss that you sunset is coming back for Pantheon 2.0. Again, when it comes to Director, on behalf of the entire Destiny community, Bungie, fuck you. I love this, but fuck you.
It's just like, so did they delete the content or did they have to rush to recreate this content?
I'm going to create a hot take. I think it's very possible they may have pulled NetEase for this.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm fairly certain the way this is, and I don't think they rushed this. I think they either, like Temp said, they invoked a NetEase, or they pulled everything from the Chinese version.
Well, that's what I'm saying, because NetEase, or the Destiny Rising, has the Leviathan raid.
Yeah, because if they've got it on the Chinese version, it's distinctly possible they're pulling it. My question is, how did that happen? Was that because of the original OG Destiny 2, or?
Well, so some people think that NetEase completely rebuilt the raid.
Yeah, I think that's what probably happened.
And if that is the case, that means Bungie would have went to them saying, hey, we deleted that with no intention of bringing it back, but we're killing the game, and we want to bring it back. Do you have it?
Bruh.
Yeah. But that means, at the same time, NetEase may have also helped them rebuild Leviathan, Eater of Worlds, Spire of Stars, Crown of Sorrow, Scourge of the Past.
And they're not bringing those to the game?
They're not bringing the full raids, they're just bringing the bosses.
That's even worse.
Yep.
The Callous Room was used during a season, they still have it. It doesn't mean they're not going to bring back the entire thing.
Yeah. Raid and dungeon loot updates. All raid and dungeon weapons and armor have been revisited to bring them to modern standards, with full tier parity, set bonuses, new perks, and more. Crafted weapons will have an upgrade path for tiers 1 through 5, with more information coming in a future article. Weekly featured raids and dungeons return, giving players additional opportunities
took that away?
for high-tiered rewards each week. Yes, they did.
Why?
No one knows. No one knows. But they took those away.
Just like no one knows why this game is fucking dying.
Yeah, exactly. We'll have all details and specifics planned for a future TWID. Destinations, a trip down memory lane. Destination weapons and armor have also been revisited to bring them to modern standards, with full tier parodies, stat bonuses, new perks, blah, blah, blah. Some destinations will have distortions, a new addition to bring more variety and a touch more challenge to your time planet side. Distortions also bring unique rewards to earn for participating beyond your slate of destination drops. What that means is Bungie is adding probably something in the Vex storyline that is causing issues in each destination you can go to in this game with new weapons, armor, and whatever else. Bungie.
So what I'm hearing is that they're adding a lot of content to this.
They're adding They're adding a shitload of content to this. This is if you count the fact that they're not giving us a new destination and a new like raid, because here's the thing, I think I could be wrong about this. Tape, you got to confirm me. You got to confirm me if I'm wrong. Wasn't the Shadow and Order update planned to have a dungeon?
Oh gosh.
And that's not coming anymore. Or no, that dungeon already happened. Never mind. I'm false. That dungeon already happened. Ignore me. That was for one of the lightsaber things.
Mm-hmm.
New aspects. Sorry, Sandbox, new abilities and ability updates. New aspects. Solar Hunter gets Crack Shot. Void Warlock gets Soul Siphon. And Solar Titan gets Shield Burst. I was the first one to send this to Malice. New Hunter Melee. Void Hunter. Phantom Surge. And Bungie, because the game is dying, on behalf of every hunter you have wronged, fuck you.
No, I don't care about hunters. Fuck hunters.
Like, okay, maybe I'm crazy, but the entirety of what this is like, okay, so all of the feedback that we've given you for years, all of the stuff we have been doing for years, you have ignored and not said anything.
Correct.
You're finally being forced to sunset, and you have decided in the 11th hour to suddenly make this game good, as if this is a last-ditch effort to save it, when quite honestly, had you been doing this from the get-go, you would have had a consistent income stream and not have been asked to sunset it in the first place.
Yep. No,
Oh yeah, pretty much.
Absolutely. Like, if they brought all this stuff
Warlock
out when we were
supremacy?
basically
Yes.
begging them to bring it out, guess what? The game would probably still be alive and have an active player base. But no. New grenades. All classes get Strand Slice Wire Grenade. No idea what Slice Wire means. All classes get Stasis Shatter Grenades, which is probably a new grenade. I mean, it's a new grenade, but we've been able to shatter for years, so what the hell do you mean by shatter? Anyway, class-specific abilities. Warlock, Titan, and Hunter are all getting some new love. Mind Spun will now interact with Threadling Grenade. Ward of Dawn is getting a complete rework. Why are you...
Did you not read any of this?
No, I read it. I read it.
Oh.
But it's all like clicking. Why the hell are you giving Ward of Dawn a rework when you're killing the game?
Yeah, why would you give a game something a rework when it's just gonna die? Let the game die in horrible flames.
What's funny is there have been some content creators. I believe actually the first one I saw that said this was Sweatsicle. Basically said, so what you're doing is you're basically removing the power creep and saying, go nuts, have fun, because you're killing the game. They don't care about power creep anymore. It's just have fun.
Why did you not do that? Okay, I'm going to be echoing that for this entire... But why was this not done from the get-go?
Thank you. Oh, Bungie. Bungie. You're retards.
So does this mean that if there's crazy shit that like crazy bugs that go in the game, they're not going to fix them?
No. They said that they will have a skeleton crew.
Okay, so they'll
not
still
specifically
fix bugs.
a skeleton crew, but there will be some devs that stay around to help, basically like any bugs or like server issues or
right,
whatever.
Because you can't have fun and make game-breaking bugs when a game is supposed to be on life support.
Exactly.
Understood.
Yeah, exactly. All exotics earned since the Edge of Fate launch will automatically be upgraded to have tier 5 stats. We've made some changes to a handful of exotic armors. As an example, what if warlocks could throw 2 Nova Bombs in quick succession to create an even larger explosion? More on this in a future twin. Hey Bungie, we were asking you for that for years. And you didn't give it to us. But now you're giving it to us when the game is dead. Anyway.
Is it worth playing Warframe? I would say so.
I mean, Aqua's usually addicted to it, so.
Not as
I'm
much anymore.
slowly getting back into it.
I was going to say, chat, for clarification, I have over 1,000 hours in Warframe. So the answer is yes.
Yeah. Various exotic weapons will receive a tuning pass, and many will be receiving catalysts.
Chad, I'm only missing like 5 Warframes, and that's because I took time off.
Portal
That's how addicted it is.
Overhaul. All portal activities are still available to all players via the portal nodes at the bottom of the director. We've taken a deep pass at the portal's difficulty system to ensure players can approach the ops category and have fun with Destiny 2 while still being rewarded. We want to remove choice paralysis. Players should be able to sign in and find the fun quickly rather than being mired and stacking as many difficulty modifiers as possible to earn desirable rewards. What's up?
I'm still floored. I don't understand. Why are we doing it now?
Yeah, why are we doing it now?
Right.
We are expanding our weapon offerings within portal activities. Each experience, so solo ops, fire team ops, arena ops, pinnacle ops, crucible ops, and gambit ops will offer a different pool to earn. We're also updating armors across the portal with new art and new set bonuses and some reprisals too, while adding an exclusive armor to competitive Crucible. Onslaught and Crawls, Contest of Elders, and The Coil have received balance passes on difficulty and length. All 3 activities will once again feature escalating difficulty over time, rather than starting at the highest difficulty from the start. Onslaught has been rebalanced to remove revive tokens and get you more scrap more often to bring back the feeling of building up defenses over time. Shax maxing has returned. The hell is Shax maxing?
That makes me cringe.
A few weapons will also be making a return, only available through Onslaught. So for people who do not know what Onslaught is, that is the game mode that we got when we were waiting between Lightfall and the final shape. That little like mini season in there to tide us over because they had to delay the final shape, that's what that is. Which means they're adding even more content or more like rewards to that. Oh my god. Crucible playlists, private matches, and balance. We have 3 new game modes coming to the Crucible, 1 entering our playlist rotation, and 2 more available via private matches. Playlist is getting arena, gunplay-centric with old-school Bungie PvP vibes. We've been asking you for that for a decade! Ah! Private matches gets Glass Cannon, a throwback to Destiny 1 balancing. We've been asking for that for decades. Why now? And private matches. Software, third-person abilities only. Think Mayhem, but a little more wild. So you're giving us Mayhem on steroids. Again, something we've been asking for a decade.
All this, but they can't bring back vaulted content? True.
They can't bring back the game I played. That's the thing that's killing me.
Iron Banner will run every 4 weeks, and Trials will appear on non-Iron Banner weekends. Both game modes feature tiered loot and new armor sets to earn. Heavy Metal returns with a 3rd vehicle option, the Cabal Walker. A brand new PvP map, mixed vehicle combat, and vehicle selection. A full suite of competitive Crucible weapons will become tiered, and as mentioned above, a unique armor set has been added to incentivize more competitive play. you're adding so much of what we've been asking just for you to kill the game.
If the game is dying, why are they bothering with any of this? For the same reason that Destiny 1 is still alive. So that they can try and get as much money out of you as possible before the servers are shut down.
Yep.
I mean, I'm sad to say that, but like that's literally, they don't really give a shit about you.
Temp-
They just want you to give as much money as possible before the game is shut down.
Remember them saying making content was hard. Yeah. And they've been saying that this content that they're giving us has been in the work for several expansions now. Why now?
Don't over-deliver.
Well, guess what? They're giving us enough content for this to be a full-on expansion.
Pretty much. Here's a question for you, though, Tim. Are you going to play it?
I'm going to finish reading this article before I answer you.
Fair enough.
Gambit Ops. Gambit is being upgraded to an Ops category and receiving a rewards refresh. Almost like something we've been asking for years.
Holy shit, they're giving you new rewards in Gambit now?
Yes.
Holy shit, that's awesome. I loved Gambit for a while.
We're reprising Gambit weapons as tiered gear with new perks to earn. Seasonal events. Seasonal events are being retired. A collection of weapon rewards for Festival of the Lost, The Dawning, Guardian Games, and Solstice can be earned through engrams on a Monument of Triumph vendor.
Wait. Let me get this freaking straight. So the seasonal rewards that you could have had from the get-go, that you could have purchased from a vendor and just set up, and even you could go so far as to have it like be a like currency you get during these events. You didn't do that from the get-go, and you had to fight much like a typical raid to get a shot at getting these during these events?
Yep.
To even get the role you wanted.
Why in God's name do you... Okay, there's a lot you could take from 14 here. Bitch, that should have been one of them. That should have never been an option. Like, are you for real?
Mm. Are you for real? Are you so for real?
On God? Just like that.
FOMO is over.
Gambit was fine. Gambit was fine, yes,
Gambit
but I
was
really
fine.
didn't like...
It's just Gambit was ignored.
There was no reason to play it, I'm going to be honest with you, outside of just doing it for fun. Like, once you maxed out your shit, unless you were going for that title every single time, which I didn't, because fuck that, I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
Why would you continue?
No, absolutely. I'm going to make it even worse for you, though. Armor ornament sets, previously available for Bright Dust, will be available, not only through direct exchange, but also through Bright Engram focusing. More on that below. Let's get
that's funny.
into everyone's favorite part of Destiny, Eververse.
That is amazing.
Silver and
They're
Bright
basically
Dust.
saying all the people that worked really hard for that, fuck you.
Yep. Bright Dust will continue to be an earnable currency through gameplay objectives, and we have expanded the offering of cosmetics that can be acquired with this currency. Silver will continue to be available for players to purchase and exchange for various items in the Eververse. Bright Dust rotation is being changed from weekly to daily, giving players more opportunities to exchange this earned currency for the cosmetics they desire. We've added a focusing system for your Bright Engrams. Using an engram and some Bright Dust, you can select from an array of engrams that guarantee the item category result and do not produce duplicates, gradually filling out your collection. You know, you could have just done that years ago, like
no,
we
but that's
asked.
That's way too player focused, you know.
You took Bright Engrams from us because it was too rewarding, and now
Now they're bringing it back.
So, okay, let me get this freaking straight. Like, because I remember the Bright Engrams. I remember getting to the end of Destiny 2 and doing the whole vendors thing and trying to be like, oh, I gotta go grind for this sort of thing. And they had Bright Engrams at the time. Are you freaking telling me that you took it because you think people were abusing it, when in reality they were using it to get good gear and get everything up and running because it was too good?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, really quick, did it cost them any money? Like, did it cost the player any money?
No.
That's why. Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
Thank you, Overture Saint.
A lot of what they took away was in the favor of, but what if Eververse? What if you paid us more money?
How about you focus on making your game good, and then you could, get that residual income across the board because people will support it. I don't know. Maybe, care about your people. It's really sad I have to reference Warframe again, that the reason they removed something was because somebody kept doing it so much that it became an actual problem.
Yeah.
That's why they removed certain gotcha elements.
I mean,
And they were afraid it was going to be used in a bad way.
Wait, who did?
Digital Extremes did like they were doing a new content thing. It was like kind of a gotcha system.
Yeah.
I forget it was for like Kubros or Kavats or whatever the hell. But they were doing it and it had a gotcha element to it. The problem they had almost immediately is there was one player who just abused the hell out of it. Not like in a bad way, he just kept doing it over and over and over and over again.
Uh-huh.
And they were worried because I think there was a possibility it could be like monetized a little bit, and they said that was a stupid idea. We will never do that again.
Right.
Because they were terrified of basically like choking their audience out.
By the way, chat, go play Warframe. If you're fine with third-person shooters, go play Warframe.
And if you're not and you like MMOs, go play FF14, which has a free trial all the way included cut.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, 14 has updated the free trial recently up to Shadowbringers.
All the way up to level 80.
Which is considered the best expansion that 14 has ever had.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, now's a great time to get into Warframe. Now's a great time to get into Final Fantasy 14.
I agree with Requiem. You know, it'd be great, give the free-to-play players all of the expansions and DLC content.
Warframe removed Kubro pallets. One player spun it 500 times. Oh,
yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
I would definitely remove that.
That is the one.
Rewards Pass. The Monument to Triumph update brings an updated Rewards Pass, what was originally planned for Shadow and Order, featuring a new exotic hand cannon, armor ornaments, and more. We have increased the number of cosmetic rewards on the pass as well, including multiple armor ornament sets, ghosts, shaders, and more. Yes, we said it and more twice. Look, we put a lot of extras on this. We hope you enjoy it. Armor ornaments. True exotic armor transmog.
Wait.
Starting
okay, I'm sorry. Transmog is
universal transmog for
glamour
exotic items?
Starting June 9th, players may apply common, uncommon, rare, legendary armor ornaments to their exotic armors, visible in PvE environments.
So, okay. Again, I have to ask, why was that not there from the beginning? That's literally why you run raids. That's why you play the game. You're telling me that basically people couldn't actually just have a cosmetic to do that already?
Well, because money.
But money, yeah.
Christ.
Destiny 2, The Collection. We are bundling all Destiny 2 content packs into a singular purchase. Something we've been asking for again.
So after so many years, now that the game is dying, they're allowing you to buy everything all together instead of asking you to buy each one separately?
Yes.
Seriously?
Yes. It gets better. This includes campaigns, dungeon keys, the 30th anniversary pack, and more. Individual content packs and expansions will also receive permanent markdowns in June.
Oh my gosh.
One more thing. Sparrow Racing League returns. Something else we've been asking for since Destiny 1 ended. Bungie literally said they will never bring Sparrow Racing League back because it wasn't profitable to them. Guess what?
Who cares about profits when the game is dying? You know, if I was them, I would kill this game before Stop Killing Games passes.
I mean, maybe they will. At this point, if they don't do it before then, I would look at the Stop Killing Games and just be like, why don't you just prep your community at this point to have everything? Which, there you are. In fact, better yet, tweak it so that at this point, if you were free to play, you could earn a currency to get all of the stuff that you wanted to get, and then, buy, quote unquote, it.
That's what you do in Warframe.
I mean, partially, yeah.
I'm sorry.
Minus the stuff that's made by community members, everything in this game can be earned.
I'm sorry for getting heated, chat, but as someone that did play Destiny since Destiny 1 and all the way through D2, literally since D2 launched, I'm understandably upset.
Well, dude, even as an outsider, I'm just trying to struggle the decisions that were made for this game, legitimately, because it's okay, so a bunch of these decisions made absolutely no sense. Are we, like, Bungie, are you just the Infinity Ward of MMO shooters at this point?
The game is dead. Here is everything you want, by the way.
Pretty
Sparrow
much.
Racing League returns as a permanent addition, reopening tracks from the original Destiny experience and adding a new space to race opponents on. We've created a new unique weapon set to earn by competing in races. Armor sets return with a new set bonus and numerous cosmetics, including horns.
But
Destiny 1
As
used to
in-
have horns on Sparrows.
I know, I used them. Like, you
As like
just
honking
removed them?
honking
Yeah.
horns.
Yeah. It's funny. Literally, you could walk up in a Sparrow and like, beep, beep, get in, virgins, we're going raiding.
That's amazing. What about Groffit? There is no Groffit chat in Destiny. You only get Groffit from Warframe. Must get
Also,
more Groffit.
Kokata.
Oh my god.
I don't even know where to begin, dude. God, if you don't have an aneurysm, I might. I don't even play the game.
See, chat, I'm one of those individuals that got into the game like a month before Beyond Light came out. So while I'm definitely pissed off with a lot of this because I played the game for quite a few years, I'm not as affected by it because it's just like I always knew this would happen to Bungie. Like I've just been watching it and it's been going down and down and down ever since. And honestly, I just feel bad for the people that like are suffering through it. I feel bad for Temp and I feel bad for some of the content creators. I don't feel bad for all of the people, but I just feel bad for the ones that actually did enjoy this game and walked up with this game and watched it die slowly. Trust me, I get it.
Twids and developer insights through launch. Each week through launch, we'll be diving a bit deeper into each subject through a mix of developer insight articles and This Week in Destiny updates. We're spreading things out just a bit to avoid massive walls of text and information overload, while giving our team some time for last-minute tuning and testing passes. Oh, so now you're doing testing. Okay.
That's new. They don't test
really
anything.
is.
What do you mean?
They really don't test things. First on our list will be a deeper dive into the return of the director, how we're updating activities across the game, how we're updating SRL for Destiny 2. This will be followed by a full week of articles dedicated to our weapon sandbox, raid and dungeon updates, and then a week dedicated to armor updates and abilities. After launch, the Twid will continue for a few weeks to keep you informed on any immediate moments of Monument to Triumph news. Once we're through our launch window, our weekly blog posts will be entering a form of hibernation as well. This won't be the end of communications from us by many means. We'll still be keeping in touch with you and sharing community highlights through our website, social media channels, Discord, and other outlets. Once we have more news to share on Destiny, you will be the first to know. Finally,
The dev team is 100% suffering? Oh, no, 100%. I'm not going to get mad at the dev team. Most of the devs probably knew that this was coming and were upset about it too. Trust me, I'm not mad at them. Overall, I think this whole thing is pretty fucked, and a lot of people chose not to fix it.
Like, I don't know, but we'll just get to the end of the article before I throw a thing in.
Finally, thank you. Destiny 2 has been our home for many, many years. The unknown can sometimes feel wild, even a bit scary at times, but these opportunities to explore the future are invigorating. As we look ahead, our commitment remains the same, to make games we, and you, are excited to play. From here, all of us here at Bungie, we cannot thank you enough for joining us on this journey throughout the Sol System, and you'll find us Starside for years to come. Per Audacia ad Astra.
I don't even know where to begin. Like, holy hell. Like, I can share in the frustration. Like,
A lot of good pro player moves that they're doing right there. I can't believe Bungie would be that nice to all their players.
yeah, finally. Well, I mean, Temp, you've seen these pictures before, but like this goes to show you how hard I was into Destiny 1 originally.
Yeah.
Like, I've thrown it in the side chat
Here.
for both of y'all.
Here, I'll even show this on stream. Like, this is stuff that Dylan has. Like,
This came out when I was working for Destiny 1. I literally bought this magazine and then bought the strategy guide. And then promptly
They
bought
had a
another
strategy
thing.
guide.
They
They
did.
had a strategy. It's a book.
Was it just for base 1?
yes.
I think so, yeah.
Oh my gosh, how big was it?
It's about, in comparison to 3 other strategy guides I have, so to give you a comparison, Paper Mario and the Thousand Year Door, Banjo-Tooie, that's an old game, and
Oh,
Resident
wow.
Evil 0, all 3 of those combined, it is about as big as that.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes,
That's big.
It's freaking huge. The last thing, of course, I swear to God, I'm never going to touch because I'm summoning a demon.
Yeah, I'm afraid of this thing. Whatever this
You
is.
have astronaut ice cream that you haven't opened?
Correct. It's been sealed
know-
since it came out.
Do you know who you need to send that to?
Ooh.
The MRE guy that eats MREs. Just send it to him and tell him to eat
Nice.
it.
Why would I do that to that poor man?
Because he it's not, as long as it's not from China, he'll be fine.
It
is freeze-dried.
it is freeze-dried. But also, it does come from Destiny, which is Bungie, and I don't trust them to make something edible.
Yeah, as long as it's not from China, he'll be fine.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
So, Akko wanted me
God,
to put
that's-
something in the docket, and ironically, Akko wanted us to show this first, and I completely spaced. Chat.
I mean, it's pretty accurate.
It's very accurate.
Not wrong.
But also, welcome back to Forsaken.
For real.
Except this time, instead of Kate 6, it's the game.
I feel like it's very accurate because it's literally just what's happening right now.
So, to answer Akko's question, will I be trying the game again? I'm gonna be honest, chat. I've had this talk with Akko already, and Akko's been shaming me for a while. Like, why would you go back to
I
Destiny?
didn't shame you.
No. Hold on. Let me finish. You've been shaming me because every time I consider like, oh, I might want to go back to Destiny. I kind of just want to, play it a little bit because I just missed the gameplay. And then Akko asked me when this update came out. It's like, hey, I'm not gonna shame you for jumping in and checking things out. So maybe.
Chat, he's telling you that I was able to keep him from playing this game that has harmed his psyche over the last couple of years. So I need to shame him more so that he doesn't do that to other games. That's what he's telling me right now. But no, I think that genuinely this is pretty depressing. And I don't mind if people... I mean, like, I really don't care. And I don't think you should care about my opinion in that regard. But, like... I don't think it's a big deal to walk in and like reminisce while it still exists.
To a point that I don't know if I will. It depends on how much they lower the cost, admittedly. But I might also check out the Edge of Fate and Renegades updates.
Oh man.
I mean, here's the thing. If I do that, then it means I am fully caught up on what paid content there is, and I'm not limited by what I can and cannot do when I decide to actually finish, like, check out the new things. Again, it depends on how much they lower those prices.
They're not good. Chat says they're not good.
Yeah, I'm gonna play the fuck out of that patch, then probably uninstall forever. Yeah, I agree with that. I'm gonna do the same. I'm gonna go. I'm thinking I might go in for one last hurrah.
It's just so disheartening.
I'm not gonna drag any friends with me. I know there are friends of mine who gave up when I did. In fact, I still have friends telling me, why would you go bother playing when the game is shutting down? But I'm like, you know what? I've been playing since D1. I've been playing since open beta.
Is Malice not going to go back?
No. Malice nor Dom.
Fair enough.
I'm alone in this. But I've been playing since D1 open beta. And Destiny has been a massive part of my life for years. I quit when Final Shape was done. Because the story
was
a little
done. After that, but...
Well, I finished the seasons, kind of paid for them. But I think I might go in for one last go. We'll see.
Yeah.
I mean, I would say go ahead and do it because it's, in all honesty, this is like you have your favorite place and it's getting shut down.
Well, it's not getting shut down. The game is
like Club Penguin.
Right.
No, that's a misconception. The game itself is not actually getting shut down. It's just the game is stopping development.
There will be no
sure,
more
but
story.
still, it's like, man.
Yeah.
It does
So
put a timer on the game. The question is how long that timer is. Is it a year, 2, 3, or when Bungie shuts down?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Because that's coming in the future too. You know that for a fact.
Yeah, I do. So, hits play.
It'll be like
time.
mixtape, but less shitty and way less gay. Only slightly, because there are gay characters in the game.
So I'm not gonna like play. Hold on, let me read this super. Internet Zen Master for 10. Give them some credit. They didn't use AI to write this article. Still, not negative 99 out of a score of 100, but that's a plus, I guess. Also, bad temp. D2 is like a bad girlfriend. Stop going back to her. I mean, fair, but...
Can I be evil for a hot minute? This isn't really going back to the girlfriend. This is effectively going to see the girlfriend as she's in jail and not being able to do anything about it.
Yeah.
I was gonna say some sort of weird revenge hate fucking, but that works too.
Oh, I know.
I'm going to go to that remark because, in all honesty, that implies that there was actually still something there.
Yeah.
I mean, there probably is.
No. No.
Another way I can look at it, and it kind of is in line with the jail thing. Imagine your ex, like you've left your ex, and like you remember her fondly, but you also remember the not fond parts. But she's literally in the hospital. She's on her deathbed, and you go in for one last just check in with her.
Requiem. No, this is a view of her funeral.
I mean, also not wrong. Yeah.
I'm sorry, Chad. I just thought that I thought my idea was funnier.
But we have a whole bunch of stuff to get through, and it's frustrating.
Completely consensual.
But
Mildly.
I want to get into this first. We're gonna not listen to this dialogue because I don't really want to harp on Dado. But Dado had a full video going over the article, and he actively cried in the video, and I don't blame him.
I know some people were making fun of him, and to a small extent, I can kind of understand why some people would make fun of him, but it has been his job for like about 10 years.
It's been more,
and I think
since D1 like came out.
Okay, but the point I am going to make is, what is he going to do now? That's the hard part that he has to answer.
He's kind of been doing variety content as well, so he would probably be fine overall. It's just, it's one of those
reverse
things.
NTR, fair.
It's one of those things of like, you've known that they were going to, and I'm gonna get a little personal here. I had a family member pass away, and I had accepted when they were not doing well that they were on death's door, that they were going to pass away, and I accepted that. I got everything out, and I know it's a weird analogy, but despite that, I made peace with that. But after they finally passed away, no, it hit again. And this is one of the things I knew was going to happen, but it doesn't make it hit any less. In the cases of people like Sweat, Dado, like I don't know like who else, but I know I've been seeing people get emotional about this, and it's like we've all known
has to say
that this was where it was going. We all knew this was going to happen eventually, but that doesn't make the moment it hits, the moment it happens, hit any worse.
Right.
Well, I mean, it's been what, a decade since this game? About 12 years now?
Yeah.
That is, in a lot of cases, assuming we live to 100, that is at minimum a 10th of your life has been spent on this singular game.
Yep.
Like, that is more than just a change. That is a life-altering, like, incident is what's happening.
No, for sure.
And that can destroy people, because a lot of people are not prepped for this kind of damage. Like, it is, stages of grief are brutal.
Oh, for sure.
Like, even if you've fully accepted it, even like I've had other family members that passed away, and honest to God, when like I was like, they'll go eventually and I'll be fine. I've never been fine every single time it's happened. I can only imagine the stress that he's dealing with 10 or 12 years. This man has practically centered his life around this game. And to see it now suddenly gone because they decided to say, oh yeah, we're just going to get rid of it. It's just like, what the hell? It's like pretty much earth-shattering and world-shattering to a degree.
Yeah. Tapeworm for 10. Counter argument: go gank some aliens and have fun. It's not that deep. I agree. It's not that deep. No, absolutely. And I think that's what I'm going to do. Chat, sometime in June, we're going to be playing some Destiny 2 on stream.
Oh, man. Oh, man.
We're going to play some Destiny.
The inevitable outcome? Yeah. Again, like, I'm not going to, like, make fun of a lot of these content creators. There's only a few of them where I'm going to look at them and I'm like, man, you sound pathetic.
Mhm.
But definitely not him. I think Bife is one of the ones where I'm, like, just interested to see what he has to say. Also,
Yeah,
just because the way that Bife... here's my problem with Bife. Bife, like, tries to make himself sound, like, way more of a victim, and it's just like, Bife, come on now. I don't like listening to Bife whine, bitch, and moan sometimes. It's just like, I understand it sucks, but you got to get up and move on. And he's just one of those ones that I don't like listening to talk about this kind of shit.
No, yeah. Internet Master for 10. Guys like Bife and Evase are screwed, probably both financially and emotionally. They've tried to branch out to Marathon, but it's definitely not the same. Also, if you're playing it, shot caller time. I mean, maybe, yeah. No, we might bring in the shot caller. Yeah. Absolutely.
Shot caller while you're doing dungeons.
Yeah, I could see
And
it.
Temp, here's what I'll tell you. I will, I'll do it with you. Just one more time. You know? Drag Aqua with you. Yeah, we'll do it one more time.
Yeah. One more hurrah.
I'm not going to buy any expansions, though, unless they're deeply discounted.
That's the thing, is I might not buy them unless it's like, if it's like $20 a pop. Like, it's $40
I would
still,
much rather
but...
buy more cardboard crack than that. I've got a good amount already anyway, but I would rather spend on card. If it's like $40 or $50, like, nah, I'd rather go buy some packs of cards instead.
So Marty O'Donnell chimed into this, the former composer for the game.
Oh gosh, he's definitely gonna have some words, I bet.
Turns out it turns out that the darkness was actually wokeness. Not incorrect. That definitely did kill the game.
He's allowed to say that.
No, he's
definitely allowed to say
that
that.
was part of the reason he got fired.
Yeah.
Is because he did not bow to Bungie's pushing of woke.
Complaining, I'm not gonna complain. Listen, I dislike a lot of the stuff that Destiny has done. Doesn't mean I hate Destiny. I just refuse to support a game with the practices that they did.
Yeah.
Now that it's dying, I'll participate with a friend one last time before his favorite video game is like taken out to the back and shot. So, and not killed, but like made retarded.
No. Did you see my title for my stream today?
Mm-mm.
Bungie has old Yellered Destiny in favor of Marathon.
My thought process is they're not old Yellering Destiny. They're just permanently making it disabled.
I go on a limb and say this is old Yellered.
It's like when you turn a normal person into somebody with like autism. I was about to say Down syndrome, but that felt a little bit more cruel.
Yeah.
But it's when you permanently disable somebody. It's like really depressing.
I'm gonna be honest. The Down syndrome is a bad analogy.
Yeah, that's why I didn't include it.
I say that because it's actually the opposite. They're actually very, very good workers.
That's true. They are. I actually visited a restaurant that employed Down syndrome people, and they're actually very attentive and very nice. That's why I didn't. Again, that's why I didn't include it.
Yeah, fair.
Lobotomy. Yeah, it's basically like lobotomizing it. Temp.
Sorry.
I can't hear him.
Sorry.
Well,
Sorry.
Did you mute yourself?
I did. There's some noises happening outside, and I've been muting to check on it, and I have no idea what it is. Howland Destiny's composer, who actually knows the inside of Bungie, gives his opinion. People say he's wrong. Who will you believe? Random people or the guy who wrote the music of your childhood? I fucking love Marty. It's so great knowing he's not for any of this bullshit in games media.
Didn't he run for Congress or something?
Yes, and and he's endorsed by Trump.
Oh, good. Then he might win.
Oh, he's very likely going to win. Yeah.
That's funny.
I wanted to bring this up, and Tape in chat. I'm glad Tape's here for this. From Pablo, the design director for Warframe. When Heroes of the Storm ended development, I was very sad. I love that game. People kept saying play League or Dota. Most were trying to be helpful, but they were just annoying. I was sad the game I liked was ending and didn't need people telling me how their MOBA was better.
God, that's a mood.
And I agree.
This is again another fucking Armadillo lore. I have the box of Heroes of the Storm for PC when they sold it in stores.
Yep. And I'm glad. This is why I'm glad Tape is here too. I have seen nothing but negativity out of the Warframe and Final Fantasy 14 communities from this announcement.
Have they real? Well, okay.
Oh yeah.
To be honest, I don't really pay attention to the Warframe community.
So, it's pretty much almost unanimously known that Destiny's community is incredibly toxic.
Yes, that's why
it's
we
one
don't
of the
care about
worst communities in
community.
gaming.
That's why I don't like the Destiny community and don't care about them.
So when people are saying, you know, we need to gatekeep these games and not let any Destiny players in, I don't like that.
For the most part.
I
For
mean,
the most part, I'm fine with gatekeeping.
I kind of agree. I'm if they want to come play, let them come play. Just leave that toxicity at the door.
You know they won't.
They won't. But the
like
best
Tumblr coming to Twitter.
The best
Don't
looter
want 'em.
shooter on the market is done. And we're not going to have any potential replacement until the Cube, which is the MMO looter shooter from the devs of Atomic Heart.
Which I will be trying.
I will be trying that, yes. When everyone is telling me not to play their games like Warframe or 14 for enjoying D2, this means a lot. It does. And I don't like that. And I'm very disappointed in both those communities because right now, the Destiny community is looking for new homes.
Listen, Tape, you can come to Warframe. You're acceptable, all right?
So-
but all of the toxic people can't come. I'm sorry.
Well, I
So
don't.
the problem I have now is, does that now mean everyone is going to go to Arc Raiders?
Yeah. There's a lot of
Maybe.
options. There's Arc Raiders. No. People don't want to go to Marathon. Marathon's a shit game. And I hate saying that because I wish it was good. But Bungie abandoned what made Marathon for the sake of money.
Well, that's the other thing. Like, I was picking up, I picked up Classic Marathon because, again, free on Steam. Okay, budget gamer, let's absolutely make this happen. And it's wholly different than what was shown to me for current Marathon. And I'm just like, where's the disconnect here? That's what's flooring me.
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand why everything changed so much. Again, yes, money, but it's like, guys, like, okay, what you're doing here for Destiny 2 in its last, throws in the hurrah, whatever the hell. You need to take that while the iron is still hot, and you could theoretically save the community. You need to do that to Marathon now.
Yep. Bungie, I feel like would need to hard shift what Marathon is and change it back to what it should have been. But that also means dropping the extraction shooter portion of it.
Yeah, and that's
or at
not
least
what Sony
modifying
wanted.
that into just a game mode you can do.
I would
Definitely
say
not what Sony wanted.
you could do it like that, but you would do it. I hate pulling this as an example, but you should pull it the same way that they did the General Knox DLC in Borderlands 1. And that is, you are on a timer, open as many stuff as you want, get as much loot as you want, stuff is coming in on top of you. And either you escape and get like a whole bunch of extra loot, or you can die, but you still get stuff at the end.
Yeah.
Like, that would work wonders.
Only gatekeep if incoming people want to change the community. Marathon is making a PvE mode, but it's too late. The $40 price tag is also keeping people out. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I mean, the $40 price tag is not all that bad considering what the price tag of typical games are, which is $70 now. But at the same time, Arc Raiders is also $40, and between the two, I'd rather go play Arc Raiders. Bungie's original idea for Marathon was so much better than what they had to make. That's like asking Overwatch to put in that campaign mode. Yeah, exactly. And like, it's never going to happen, but it needs to. And I want to be that voice and basically say, look, if you're coming from Destiny, you're jumping into Warframe, you're jumping into Arc Raiders, you're jumping into Final Fantasy 14. Hell, you're jumping into World of Warcraft. Welcome. Just leave that negativity at the door. All these communities have had enough of it, and we're all refugees of Destiny.
Oh, gross. Don't say refugees.
It's true. We are.
I don't care. Just don't say refugees.
I mean, that's what happens when a place goes. They're going to go somewhere else. That's happened since time immemorial for internet stuff. I'm not upset. It's just disheartening because, yeah, it sucks. It's awful. And to be honest, when it comes to people like Destiny 2 jumping into other communities, the only thing I'll state is just respect the rules, and you would be surprised how many people will show leniency. I've seen a lot of communities that will take people in if you respect the rules.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how simple it is. And I can promise you, you will absolutely find a home.
Absolutely. 14 already got shifted by all the WoW refugees. 14 has the wave of WoW refugees. It was a shit show. Yeah, the 14 community has definitely degraded from the WoW refugees. And I hate to say that.
It's degraded, but I mean, like, in fact, just last night, I was doing a aerochemical research facility and literally got in, and the players were incredibly nice, incredibly awesome. We completely destroyed ourselves on the last boss. We screwed up mechanics completely. And everyone just shrugged it off and be like, all right, let's go it again. We'll get it next time.
Yeah.
Like, that community's still there. Like I said, you can find a home.
You have to respect the home.
And
that's why so many people are iffy, myself included.
Well, and that's part of the problem as well, is when you look at the negative side of the communities, like you see the community for Destiny, you see the community for Warframe, for 14, for WoW, for any game. You know where the places that you don't want to be for that are? Reddit and Twitter. Or X.
For real.
But if you just want to, like, sit there and talk with people in the game, I can promise you people in the game are far nicer than those that just are on the internet. So.
Domore for 5 says Gatekeep harder. They infiltrated wargaming scene and fucked it up. They broke into D&D and they slimed up Western anime. Again, I think my problem is I am accepting of people, but my hand is it's like with Warhammer xenophobia. My hand is kept behind my back because I don't trust people. I don't trust people, and historically the Destiny community has not been very nice, so I just don't really care for a lot of them. Again, there's definitely gonna be people I'll be fine with, but like I am very iffy with a lot of Destiny people. So.
Yeah, no, I am too, and I understand why people are.
Displays Destiny player. I quit Destiny a long time ago. I don't know what you're talking about. I've been a Warframe player for a while. Everybody keeps telling me that there's problems with Warframe. Trust me, there's problems with Warframe, but they've got a long line to go before they start repeating the problems of Bungie. Yeah. So, like, I'm not a refugee of Destiny. I left it and immigrated to something new a long time ago.
Warframe has definitely, like, when something has just happened, when something, in fact, I think I could find the actual tweet. I meant to put it in the docket, and I think I forgot about it. Where's Moxie? Moxie's another content creator, and I saw a post from him today, and I wanted to talk about it. Here it is. I feel like this is the biggest complaint with most looter shooters / ARPGs. Lack of endgame. Anthem, Outriders, launched Diablo 4, etc. Yet, Warframe is now the longest standing game in the genre, and it legitimately lacks endgame. What's their secret?
Not really. It doesn't really lack endgame.
Well, compared to other things like what you want out of a looter shooter, it lacks endgame.
Mm-hmm. I mean, the secret is just that it's got a nice community.
And that's the thing.
Pretty fair community. Community has kept it alive. It's got a good
gameplay.
Devs that actually give a shit.
Well, even without the end game, it has a gameplay loop.
Yeah,
and that gameplay
loop got devs that give a shit about it. Mm-hmm. It's got people that listen and are willing to give feedback. They have literally made changes same day when people say, "Hey, this is broken. This is dumb." You know.
Yep.
And so because of that, I don't know. It's just like I know why they're so successful. So it's just like.
I would argue it is in fact the devs. I mean, a great example of this. Okay, so back when Kavats were first introduced to Warframe, if you were doing Kubro breeding, which I was, turns out you could get Kavat and Kubro and you could splice them together. basically make an unholy abomination. I have one. When that came out, when they said they were going to patch it, the only thing they provided was the Ian Malcolm meme from Jurassic Park. You scientists knew that they could, but didn't stop to think if they should. And the most important part about that is everyone who did do this glitch and who did create an abomination, they never touched them. They said you can straight up keep them. We're not going to allow you to do it anymore. We have patched it, but anything you have made, it is yours to keep, and we're not going to take it from you.
Warframe players have been awfully shitty to me, and I'm sorry for that tape. I really am. Like, I understand why you wouldn't want to play Warframe 14, but if you do, you have an entire community here that is open and willing to play with you for both those games.
And I don't really approve of that. I know that some are probably shit, but like, well, you shouldn't take an entire. I would say just like there's not the entire Destiny community sucks, even though I think it's quite a lot.
There's a lot of them.
I would say that a lot of the Warframe community isn't.
I mean, even if
seen
you
me
want
when
to,
I played a bunch of Warframe back in the day.
Yeah, and Tape, you've seen it, dude. I will gladly come play with you.
Yeah, so
I have no
Hell, I
problems
will.
with that.
I'm playing right now.
So, but let's get into the other things for this. Let's make people mad again.
Can't believe they made a tower of death.
Former Destiny 2 dev says ex-CEO Pete Parsons was the real Destiny killer after Bungie announced the end of Destiny 2 live service development. I'm not overly surprised by that. I think he was pretty much installed into Bungie during the Halo days.
Yeah.
And it really felt like there's been something pushing back against Destiny since day one. And Pete Parsons definitely feels like he's
one of them.
Yeah. Every game is represented by their worst. We just don't see it from our side. Yeah. Absolutely. Former Destiny 2 senior narrative director or designer Robert Brooks says a proper Xivu Arath campaign and raid were pitched multiple times for Destiny 2, stating you'd be surprised how many times this was pitched for D2. Yeah,
I imagine quite a lot.
Destiny is ending before we get our final raid dealing with the final member of the Hive Pantheon.
I imagine that would have been quite interesting.
Well, considering she's the god of war, that could have been a spectacle, and they refused to give it to us.
Mm-hmm.
So
I can't imagine that it would have been harder than some of the previous raids you've had.
No, but I
feel
think,
I feel like Oryx was the most powerful of the three of them.
No, absolutely not. No. In fact, he was probably the weakest. The difference is that he used the powers of the darkness, unlike Savathun and Xivu Arath. Until, well, Xivu Arath was revealed to be a little simp of the witness, but...
Mm-hmm. But we got Star Wars. You did get Star Wars. Congratulations.
We did get Star Wars.
How was that?
Why did they go to that one? Former Destiny 2 dev says players should have seen the original iteration of the Lightfall expansion. Claims it was glorious before being completely cut.
I believe it.
So there have been rumors for
years. They put in there.
There have been rumors for years that the version of Lightfall we got was rushed and just thrown together so they had something. Because they were trying to meet a deadline. But the original version was a combination of what Lightfall and Final Shape was, and completely different.
I believe it. I still feel like Final Shape had a bit of rushedness to it.
It did.
Like they were just like trying to get through the story as fast as possible.
Yeah. At the point in his raid, Oryx was the strongest. At the point when you fought him in the raid, yes. But overall, no.
Considering what he did, yeah.
Non-binary.
Yeah, exactly. Excuse me. You can't just say non-binary metrosexual nimbus. You have to say non-binary fart fetishist metrosexual nimbus.
And then from
Don't
Pirate
forget
Nation,
who the actor was.
Report suggests Bungie originally planned to support Destiny 2 for much longer, but growing financial pressure appears to have changed those plans after Sony acquired the studio. According to multiple claims, Sony reviewed Bungie's financial performance and became concerned about rising development costs, missed targets, and declining player engagement. That reportedly increased internal focus on Marathon. Several reports also say many Bungie employees were not fully aware of how serious the company's financial situation was until layoffs and restructuring began affecting multiple teams.
I mean, you don't ever know how bad it is until, because it's not like the boss is going to tell you. When does a boss ever tell you that that kind of shit is going on?
Yep. I think this is, let me double check, because I have what Victor sent me. I want to make sure that what he sent me is what else I'm going to, yeah, this is. All right. Is this Paul Tassi? No, this is Jason Schreier. So we'll read the Paul Tassi one first, and then we'll go to Jason Schreier. Almost all of Bungie didn't know Destiny 2 was ending active development until it was announced yesterday. Now, of course, this article was posted on the 22nd.
That sounds about right.
So I could just scroll down. 22nd, yeah. So even a lot of Bungie was like, oh, we didn't even know this was ending. I'm about to make it worse for all of you. According to Jason Schreier, Bungie plans layoffs after ending Destiny 2 development.
I'm trying to remember the last time they laid off people, how many people they were reduced to. They're well under 5,000 employees now.
Oh, yeah. In fact, they may even be well under 1,000 now.
Potentially.
Sony Group Core Bungie unit is planning a significant number of layoffs as it ends development on the long-running online shooter game Destiny 2. According to people familiar with the studio's plans, the company doesn't have a new project lined up for Destiny 2's development team after the game comes to an end next month. According to the people who asked not to be identified because they weren't authorized to speak to press, Bungie doesn't plan to immediately enter production on a Destiny 3, they said. The number of job cuts were not known. Welcome, Magma Raiders. How was Voices of the Void? I hope you had fun today.
I love that. I hope you have fun today.
I tell you what.
That's right.
On Thursday, Bungie confirmed the upcoming June 9th update of Destiny 2 will be the final content update for the game. The studio promised that it will remain online for players to access, stating, "While our love for Destiny 2 has not changed, it has become clear that after the final shape, we have reached the time for our shared worlds and Destiny to live beyond Destiny 2. Bungie wrote in a blog post. Bungie staff are looking to pitch and begin development of new projects, including in the Destiny franchise, but none have been greenlit, and there's no guarantee that any will move forward in the challenging market that has led companies like Sony to raise prices and cut costs. Headquarters in Bellevue, Washington, Bungie is one of the more expensive studios to operate, given the cost of paying tech-savvy workers in suburban Seattle and the longevity of its staff. Bungie is also investing more into the extraction shooter Marathon, which has not met sales expectations since its March release, but which the company hopes will expand its player base over time. The studio has moved some staff from the Destiny team to Marathon in recent months. A representative for Sony didn't immediately respond to requests for comment. Destiny was once one of the most popular games on the market, generating more than $500 million in revenue when it launched in 2014, and inspiring countless imitators. In 2017, Bungie put out a sequel, and after parting ways with publisher Activision Blizzard Incorporated, the studio decided to continuously update Destiny 2 with new content, expansions, rather than release further entries in the franchise. The results were mixed, but millions of players stuck with the game, which became free-to-play in 2019. In 2022, Sony purchased Bungie for $3.6 billion, and in subsequent years, the studio laid off hundreds of employees and canceled several projects, including Payback, a game set in the world of Destiny that was envisioned as the future of the franchise. Bungie released an expansion that appeared to conclude the game's story, The Final Shape, to rave reviews in 2024. The player count has dropped significantly since then. The most recent release, a Star Wars-themed update, brought in a fraction of the Final Shape's players.
Gosh damn, it's crazy to think that that was 2 years ago.
Bungie's leaders had talked about ways to retool Destiny 2 to make it more approachable for new players, but earlier this year, they instead decided to end development of the game, partly to shift resources to Marathon. So Bungie did not tell their employees that they were ending development of Destiny 2 and is planning layoffs of probably the same employees that were just told the game is ending.
I mean, that's a very cruel thing to do, but no company ever does that, so I'm not surprised. Company's not going to tell you, hey, update your resume. I mean, I remember, like, what was it? Last year, one of the companies I worked for only a couple of months, I was planning to work there for maybe like a year or two until it was time to move again. But like, I planned to work there for a while, and I heard a leak through an HR person that they were going to close the company.
Yep.
And they were only telling people because they were upset that nobody knew that the company was laying off everybody.
Exactly. Yeah.
And so it was just like, no company ever tells you when you're going to get laid off. It's a real big nicety, a nice heads up that you're able to do that. Like, I got an opportunity that nobody else ever gets. You never get the opportunity to be told, hey, you're going to get fired here in a couple of weeks. You better update your resume.
No, yeah.
So it's one of those things where it's horrible, but I feel like a lot of people need to remember it's not uncommon.
No, it's not uncommon at all. It sucks, but it's not. New player experience is awful. Red War campaign was and still is the best starting point for a new player. It is and was. Yeah. And let me make sure, because there's some stuff that Occo put in the docket that was not in the Destiny thread. So I need to make 100% sure that we have all of that before we go into the final thing about Destiny. That is everything. Yes, okay. Finally, there's a petition for Sony to start development of Destiny 3. It has reached 165,291 verified signatures.
How is it verified?
Well, it says right here, like literally.
Yeah, but how do they verify it?
No idea.
Okay.
No idea. But basically, it's just like saying, hey, we don't want Destiny to end. What we want is Destiny 2 or Destiny 3 to start. Because really, that's kind of been what a major part of a lot of this is that Destiny 2 feels bloated. Destiny 2 has been bloated for several years. And though we don't want them to sunset content, we also would like a fresh start. Where there's no sunset content, where there's no problems. Well, not to say there's no problems, but the problems that we started with Destiny 2. But we still want Destiny. Now, what this is saying is petitioning Sony. So, Sony owns Bungie, which means Sony owns the Destiny IP. Which means Sony, if they really wanted to, could go hire another studio or take one of their other studios to develop a Destiny 3. I don't know if they will ever do this. They will probably let Bungie do this if it ever happens. But as of right now, I do not think this petition is going to go anywhere.
Probably not.
But
I forgot that we had an
the fact that there's more signatures here than there are active players in general, I believe, means that there is definitely a desire for it. It's just people don't want to go back and play D2, and I don't blame them.
That's kind of sad, honestly.
So I figure we'll go ahead and move on from that, because we've been on Destiny 2 for a hot minute.
Morbius, we can do it with Destiny. Lamau.
This is good. Oh, why is it going to that one? Oh, I know why it went to that one. Never mind. Lords of the Fallen 2, important publishing update. Independent developer CI Games today announced that it has signed a separation agreement with Epic Games Publishing. As a result, CI Games has regained full open distribution rights for the PC version of Lords of the Fallen 2. Moving away from the previous PC exclusive publishing arrangement signed in June 2024. Lords of the Fallen 2 remains scheduled to launch later this year on PC via Epic and other PC storefronts, as well as PS5, Xbox, whatever. CI Games will self-publish the title across all platforms, while PlayOn continues as the global physical distribution partner. CI Games will continue to utilize Epic's technology are technologies including Unreal Engine 5 and Epic Online Services, powering cross-platform play, matchmaking, friendless, blah, blah, blah. Like many in the industry, CI Games faced challenging market conditions in 2023 and 2024, and Epic Games provided significant funding and strategic support that helped ensure Lords of the Fallen 2 could fully realize its ambitions. This partnership enabled CI Games to meaningfully expand upon community feedback from the original Lords of the Fallen, while substantially advancing the sequel across gameplay, technical performance, world design, and online functionality. Stating, Epic was there for CI Games exactly when we needed them the most. Their support and belief in the project made a real difference, and for that, we are truly grateful, said Marek Tymiński, CEO of CI Games. Epic has been an outstanding supporter of Lords of the Fallen 2, with Unreal Engine, EOS, and the rest of Epic's world-class technologies. We're going to ship a performant game in a massive world that players can explore together across PC and console, added Tymiński. With the new agreement now in place, Lords of the Fallen 2 will launch with open PC distribution on day one, including the Epic Games Store. So if you were wanting to play Lords of the Fallen, but you did not want to support Epic Games, it is now coming to all PC platforms, including Epic. So this means Steam and GOG.
Mm-hmm.
So, if you're interested in Lords of the Fallen, there you go.
There you go, yeah.
I actually have a question. Like, granted, this is like the backside of things, so we're probably not going to be able to get any knowledge. But I'm wondering if they had to pay anything per that separation agreement.
I'm sure they did. Yeah, I'm absolutely positive they had to pay something for that.
Look at the state of Destiny 2. Do you really want more of that? I mean,
I don't
some
want
people do.
I don't want more Destiny in its current state, but I would like more Destiny. We were talking about Warframe. Let's go ahead and talk about Warframe real quick.
Oh gosh, do they have something that they're announcing?
From May 19th, PSA, we've received reports that Warframe servers are down. We are continuing to investigate the server issues with our providers. At this time, it appears these issues are specific to our Nintendo Switch, iOS, and Android Tenno. Thank you for your patience as we work to restore your access to Warframe. Update, 9:43 p.m. Eastern Time. We received clarification from our provider that the outage is due to a possible tornado damage. At this time, we have no ETA for service restoration. Obviously, the game is back up. You're saying Aqua play it, but...
Yeah, but this was for different servers, I believe.
Right. But the game did go down on Switch and mobile because of tornado damage.
Yeah, that's like that's one of those things where I can't really blame the devs for that because it's tornado.
Yeah, exactly. From Google. Google announces it will now prioritize AI-generated answers in search results over human-written articles. Search will be centered around a reimagined intelligent search box, and that starts next Tuesday. So that is on the 26th.
So, this is exciting because people know how bad it is. Pippa even tried this, where she just wrote disregard in Google search and it said, okay, I'll disregard, instead of like thinking that maybe you wanted it to tell you what disregard meant.
Mm-hmm.
So people are very excited to see just how much this will fuck up because it's Google's AI being actively used as the front of Google. I don't know about you guys, but that seems like a very bad idea because Google makes its money based off of how easy it is to search for things. And if searching for things is not easy, that's not gonna be good.
No, it's not.
Well, it's going to be way worse because on top of that, so as a point of note, and it's been mentioned in a lot of AI circles, Gemini, which is Google's AI assistant, actively needs to be supported because they are effectively almost always in a crisis of some kind and will always inevitably end up deleting itself because it is that much of... Basically, it's that unstable on its own, emotionally.
Okay, so how long do you think it'll take before somebody convinces itself to delete all of the Google search bar?
I'm going to be honest, I would kind of be very intrigued to see that happen, but that definitely scares me, and as an idea, because if I wanted to do damage, Oh man, that's a great way to do it.
Yeah, but you're not going to be the one to do the damage. Some idiot that's just like, I wonder if I can get Google to crash on itself to do it, will do it.
I mean,
You
it's
have
any
standards. You have standards. I mean, it would be funny if Pippa was just like, I wonder if I can convince Google to send me Bitcoin, and then she accidentally gets it to send her Bitcoin. Is it that much of a suicidal crash out? Yes, Gemini is that bad.
Gemini will actively delete itself, yes.
Google is also scraping its data from Reddit, so it's retarded.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God.
Google has basically become a Tumblr teenage user that has the ability to kill itself. Very dangerous.
Yeah.
Are you implying that a teenage Tumblr user doesn't have the ability to do that?
Not easily. Google, it's basically like always having a loaded gun, but the teenager doesn't. They have to seek it out. Google just has it inertly built into itself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay.
From Grumps. Now, to be fair, Grumps is what I chose to grab for this, but it's not exclusively from him. Why are you guys... PayPal is shutting down commissions. No more lewd commissions. Multiple reports of artists getting notices like these. This follows on the heel of Kickstarter saying Stripe is shutting down lewd Kickstarters too. It's out of control. And there are several creators who have been getting the permanently limiting your account or no longer offering services to an account.
I see. So if you wanted to fuck with an artist, you could just send them $1 and say for commission.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Because as far as I'm aware, none of these creators are actually stating that they are doing are not safe for work or lewd commissions, because they were also getting clapped for it before when they specifically mentioned them, because PayPal did not like you doing that. Now, they're just clapping you for doing commissions in general now.
I feel like that's an overreach on a number of fronts for that might, like, get an action on them that's not good. Like, I don't believe they have... Technically, as a company, they technically have the ability to, like, process it, but them doing that is an act of detriment, and I would probably have a feeling there's a good, strong legal argument that they actually cannot do that because it would be discrimination by definition.
Mm-hmm. No, absolutely. It is 100% overreach. Credit card companies, again, no 2D bobs or vagine, only 3D bobs and vagine as New Delhi intended. I guess on the note of Kickstarter, we're going to go ahead and talk about that real quick, because it's fitting. Kickstarter has officially reversed its controversial new mature content guidelines after huge backlash from creators. In a blog post published today, I want to give you context. I looked for the blog post and I could not find it. So
Which probably doesn't exist then.
Either it doesn't exist or they're doing their best to hide it. Titled An Apology, Rethinking Our Mature Content Guidelines. The platform acknowledged that the detailed rules released last week went too far. The changes were by pressure from their payment processor Stripe, which had begun suspending approved campaigns over mature content. As a result, Kickstarter is removing the new guidelines entirely and returning to its previous simpler policy. Projects may not include pornography or illegal content. Payment processors can still review and potentially block campaigns based on their own standards. Yeah, it's too late now. Kickstarter has definitely showed they're willing to bend. So,
At least they admitted where it was coming from, though.
I noticed Throne also quietly reversed mature gifts as well. I'm not surprised. There is massive pressure from like Stripe, PayPal, Visa, MasterCard to stop with all not safe for work content in general.
To be honest with you, they're kind of being emboldened by current administration, or some of the current administration that's trying to push age ID laws.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I mean, it's age ID laws, but in reality, all it is just government-mandated hacking and doxing.
mm-hmm.
I'm going to be upfront because all of these systems are half-baked and usually they get destroyed. So it's an attempt to get control, but in the end is going to actually backfire on them because you have to submit your IDs too, Mr. Government Person. Your information is just as much in there too.
What do you mean? They're not going to submit their ID. They're going to have the ability to bypass it.
They won't, because they don't know how to work it.
Payment processors can still review and potentially block campaigns for standards TLDR. No more loot. Yep. No more loot. The crypto wallets look better every day. They do.
Yeah, but the problem with crypto wallet is you need something to give that crypto to turn it into an American dollar.
Yeah.
If the bank decides that they don't want to do that, then that's not going to happen.
Yeah. Also, damn you, Temp, I'm re-downloading Final Fantasy 14. Lowbert for 5. Sadly, we have to rely on the EU to slap these payment processors. Well, that's not going to happen.
It might, depending, because the EU is actually getting to a point where they might actually start hitting people for it.
Because it comes to a point where it's like, no, this is too much.
They might hitting people for what?
The banning of like the loot content, the payment processors miss, because it is actually becoming an issue that so the EU doesn't admit it, but they are also struggling financially money-wise, and if the payment processors come in and deny that, that's going to cripple them too.
Yep.
They have a stake in this, and they're going to go, no, you're going to do whatever the hell we say.
Yep. Basically, what we need is just someone to knock these payment processors off their high horse.
Good luck with that. The people that own them can basically do whatever the fuck they want.
Yeah.
I mean, you can do that, but it requires an economic collapse.
Yeah. And we're heading that way.
I hope not.
Before it hits that, it will change. I will tell you that now, because no payment processor wants to go under the second it's even thought of that, hey, you might go under. Not only will that backtrack really hard, everybody who was involved with the initial thing that caused this will be immediately stricken from record and erased.
Yep. I saw a video saying the UK is poorer than Mississippi, our poorest state. Oof.
Yeah, that was a Caleb Hammer video.
Yep.
This one's going to be one enjoyed by Akko. Is Musk still doing the X payment thing? Yes. Until he is saying that they're not, yes.
Again, the problem is you can add all these alternatives, but until your job accepts this alternative as a form of payment, you're still fucked.
Yep. And
Elon Musk can do that, but the banks can choose just not to accept it and say, no, we won't work with you. And if that happens, he's fucked.
Exactly.
There's no way he can get it off the ground.
Yeah, it's the same thing as with Bitcoin. It's like when Bitcoin started, it's like, in concept, this is great, but no one's accepting Bitcoin. Anyway, Kyle Owens, 34 from Iowa, is suing Nintendo and the Pokemon Company for $341,000 after being denied Pokemon Professor status.
It's kind of not a lot of money, I'm going to be honest with you.
By
the same token, I've heard of this story.
A background check revealed a pending 2022 arrest warrant for misdemeanors, including disorderly conduct and criminal mischief. The Pokemon Professor program lets fans run official Pokemon events as organizers, judges, and helpers, and gives them special tools and ways to make money. Owens wants the status for the right to host events and the money because he claims the company changed their reason for rejecting him. Now, if that is true, and they did change their reason when it came to him, fair. But it's probably because of the arrest warrant.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
I would agree.
Did you see that OnlyFans got its info stolen? How long until some politician gets exposed for being subbed to a femboy OnlyFans? Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, so that was
Republicans.
That was exposed literally tonight, that their stuff might be... I mean, thankfully, I've never had an account, so I don't have to worry about that. But if you've had an OnlyFans account, chat, you better make sure it's on an email that's not your own.
Yeah. Speaking of people losing money, Crunchyroll's Japanese subsidiary reported a net profit of 453 million yen, or about $2.85 million USD, for the fiscal year ending December 2025. This represents a 63.4% decline from 1.239 billion yen the previous year. At the same time, the global Crunchyroll platform has grown to more than 21 million paid subscribers. These profit figures apply specifically to the Japanese entity.
That is terrifying. Okay, so in Japan, as a general rule, when it comes to like a culture-wise, if the Japanese are willing to support it, it's pretty often that happens. Great examples of this have been, like, I hate to cite Arrowgate games and H games, but specifically, creators go out of their way to get and build their audience, and their audience is loyal. You lost over half in a year. That is not just terrifying, that's a death knell. What the hell happened?
It was called that the Japanese found out that Crunchyroll is hiding information from them, and that Crunchyroll is also doing heavy censorship. And basically, Crunchyroll, in every way, shape, and form, is trying to damage Japan while still making a profit off of Japan's products.
Not for long.
Yeah. If this keeps up, Sony will have no choice but to change something about Crunchyroll.
Yeah.
Either change it, Tard wrangle the lot of them, or shut it down. I'm going to tell you right now, I hope it shut it down. Because that would bring an end to Sony's monopoly.
Now we can get rid of all those VA actors that act like pompous idiots.
I mean, we'll probably still see a lot of them, but we're probably going to start seeing a whole bunch of new studios pop up as, like, remnants of Crunchyroll.
Yeah, and I'm fine with that, honestly. Fuck 'em. Let the past die. Kill it.
All anime is free on the internet if you try hard enough. Indeed. How many mangaka are quietly pulling out of the Western anime industry? A lot of them.
Plenty of them.
Not that I blame them.
There's actually... So I'm actually bring this up right now because it brings up to the kind of same point. The monopoly will shift to Netflix. Yeah, it will. Which is a shame. Aki Sora creator says he lost access to his Google Drive account after trying to back up old files from his works on his Drive account. His appeal was rejected, leaving him without his main work tools.
Don't use Google as your cloud storage. Buy yourself expandable storage for your shit.
Akko. Some people may not have that option. Google Drive is at least affordable, unlike buying a NAS.
Really
or buying an external hard drive. Like, for example, an 8 terabyte that's sitting on this desk was $200 plus.
Yeah.
That is make or break rent money.
Yep.
I know. I'm just saying, stop giving money to Google for this kind of shit. If they're just willing to delete your shit that immediately. I mean, I've known this for a while, but if they're that willing to kill you that fast, like, it's not worth it.
Yes, the only problem you have is, like we said, we don't disagree with you. The problem is, unfortunately, it's just the alternatives are not there.
Yep. Like, we love the alternatives. It's just the alternatives are significantly more expensive. And sometimes you don't really have the option.
I would say that people need to start saving and thinking about it, because like Google does not respect you.
Never has, never will.
I know. I just think people don't recognize that.
In fact, so here I'm gonna do this. Google just permanently banned a manga's artist's entire Google account for uploading his own old manga files to Drive. AI moderation triggered and flagged it. He tried to submit appeal, then he got rejected. He got rejected by Google, and now he has lost everything, like Gmail, Drive. All link services is gone. He's never even sharing the files publicly. It's only backing up his own, a private work like any creator and artist. This is Google Drive AI moderation in action. No human support, no serious to take action, physical storage, or real private alternatives only. Support the artist getting screwed by this. This level of corporate overreach is insane. I agree. And this is from the creator of this. By the way, I hate to admit this when all the embarrassment it brings, but I got my Google account banned. It happened when I was uploading data from an old comic I drew to Drive, and a warning popped up. Even my appeal for re-review got rejected, and boom, account banned, just like that. Seriously, it's a real hassle. I was using that Google account for all sorts of sites and services. This might not affect the goody two-shoes out there, but if you're the type thinking, me, a goody two-shoes, maybe, watch yourself. So, Yeah, no, all with what's happening with the AI moderation on YouTube, the AI moderation on Drive, the AI moderation in Gmail, every ounce of Google, something has to change. Because Google's getting a little too big in the britches. And someone needs to put that AI down.
Yeah, I would agree. I would agree. And again, I understand that not everybody has the capacity to get your own kind of drive. I just think that people need to be looking at alternatives that aren't Google.
I mean, yes, and we're all for it. It's just we need to be able to get there when there are alternatives.
So,
A great example, like there's an alternative to YouTube. It's called GrayJ. Louis Rossman made it.
Yep.
I mean, did you know that YouTube proceeded to try to sue the shit out of him for that?
Be careful,
Like-
YouTube might not like that you're mentioning it.
Well, no, the reason being is they tried to do it, and he actually states it's like, and he proves it when he wrote the letter. He doesn't use their API. YouTube swore up and down that they did, and he didn't. Like, he has a source code available.
yep. If I can offer an alternative to people that are looking for a cheaper alternative to Google Drive without having to go for an NAS, Proton Drive is a thing.
Yeah, Proton Drive is decent.
Obviously, it's not perfect, but it is better than Google. So if you're looking for a place to do
doesn't
that,
hurt either.
and also,
Like, it always helps to have multiple backups in different places,
Yep.
not just one for Google.
yep.
Yeah.
So, I don't think the creator of the manga that lost his stuff is watching, but if you are, hi. This is a great lesson in making sure that you have multiple backups of your stuff. So even though your drive got lost, that doesn't mean you've lost it all for good. So, I hope that you are able to get that stuff back. But as it stands, when or if you do, or if you have to completely restart, I would go for a NAS if you could. But if you cannot, Proton Drive is a thing. Bunny Garden 2 developer says adult women with small chests are too risky.
Which is...
Ew,
How
cloud
small
storage.
is too small?
No, I get cloud storage is ew. Welcome, Cultureneer. We were just talking about the whole fact that this creator lost his content because Google's AI flagged him and then banned him. So even if you do not have the money to afford like a full NAS or whatever, there's options. Anyway, Yuji Isuda, the CEO of Japanese game company Curate, recently talked up platform holders and other factors that prevent the company from including various body types for characters. It's certainly a difficult issue. First of all, it's understandable that some people might find our games disgusting, but we want to make sure that no one gets hurt. Usuda said in an interview with GameSpark, he clarified that certain body types bring risk. I think it's important to understand that characters with small breasts tend to look childish, so that carries significant risk. While the Bunny Garden series is known for its voluptuous characters, some fans have asked for a variety of body types to be represented. However, recent actions from platform holders and payment processors have made it risky to make small-chested or petite characters. People who have seen our games often say, aren't there just a lot of busty characters? But there are some things we can't help about that, Usuda said. The risk stems from an erroneous association of these characters as being underage, leading to developers such as Curate making all their characters overly curvy to avoid issues. Ideally, I'd like to increase the variety of characters, Usuda said. However, it wouldn't make sense if I included risky depictions that prevented the game from being released. These issues are also represented in the censorship imposed by payment processors, which have forced Patreon, itch.io, Fantia, and more to restrict content including themes like hypnosis or petite characters. So I understand his point of view. We're in a world now where anything sexual is deemed heretical, ironically. Whether it is
Indeed.
big, small, whatever. We live in a...
I just love how they're like, oh, if the chest is too small, it's kind of dangerous.
I actually expect in the next 5 years or so, Literally everything to be required wearing a burqa.
I hope not.
In fact, I've been seeing a lot of people talk about it lately, that the world of Shimonetta is becoming a reality, and it is. So do not be surprised if in the next 5 years or so, you start seeing a whole bunch of games that were overtly sexual start getting toned down or stop being produced at all. VTubers who with overly sexual designs to be required to be completely covered.
I am not going to be that doomered. I'm going to be honest with you.
I am, and I hate to say that.
Well, don't be doomered.
As a reminder, chat, we are 3 super chats away from the jacket coming off and releasing the dog puppies. Speaking of sexualizing things, sounds almost like payment processors will be liable for breast size discrimination. They already are. I've told Not Safe for Work fanfic authors to use Is it ellipsis? Because of Google banning someone who was working on a fic. I saw it happen in real time. Yeah. There was one more related to kind of a similar topic, I believe. Oh yeah, I guess here. From Capritus, Ubisoft deserves everything that is going on with them. They censored a character from the original Black Flag in the remake. And oh my god, it looks significantly worse.
They made her look retarded.
They did.
They destroyed all of the textures on that character. What happened?
Ubisoft. That's what happened.
I'm aware, but just like, wow, that is a downgrade and a half. Like, this is worse than Unity, and Unity was not great.
Yeah. Dog puppies. Okay, so if you want to know what I mean by dog puppies, I mean the dog's titties. Those would get, the jacket would come off, and those would be fully exposed. Without being naked.
If you have to explain it, then maybe don't.
They gave her Down syndrome. Why does she look like a trans woman? She looks like that woman from the recent Caleb Hammer episode.
Oh, gross.
I watched that today. I have psychological damage from that. So, that game is not gonna do very well. They made her retarded. They did.
Yeah. Oh, excuse me.
Obviously, I know we're not going to be able to get to everything tonight, but I want to get to this next thing because it is very important. Riot Games has released a new update for Valorant's Vanguard anti-cheat system aimed at stopping advanced DMA, direct memory access cheating hardware. Call Engineer tipped 10 Barjingos. Barjingos? And then Magma for 5. Ubisoft lied about non-censoring, they lied about not making an RPG, and they lied about keeping it faithful to the OG. Indeed. Vanguard anti-cheat now damages the firmware of these devices upon detection, and it can be repaired, but breaking a person's hardware without their consent or knowledge is highly illegal. The update targets certain SATA and NVMe firmware setups commonly used in expensive DMA cheating devices. These cheats rely on external hardware to read game memory while bypassing traditional anti-cheat detection methods. Some users claim Vanguard now triggers UMU-related warnings that can detect or temporarily block affected hardware until system settings or firmware are updated. These DMA cheats have become popular in competitive games because they may bypass many kernel-level anti-cheat systems. Riot has worked with motherboard manufacturers including Asus, MSI, Gigabyte, and ASRock to address firmware vulnerabilities related to DMA access.
So I'm letting you know, the next time somebody asks me if I want to play a game by Riot, I'm going to treat that as them wanting to engage in international espionage. Because this is literally allowing Riot to brick your computer if they so choose, if they think you're cheating.
Yep.
I mean, technically any kernel level anti-cheat can do that. However, I do have one mentioned. There's a proposed community note. I'm curious about that one.
Oh, let's see the community note. Vanguard does not damage or brick hardware firmware. Yes, it does. It restricts access to the game on vulnerable systems until BIOS updates are from manufacturers like Asus, MSI, Gigabyte, and ASRock are installed to enable proper UMU, or IOMU and
IOMMU.
pre-boot DMA protection.
Okay, so that actually, like, that's a load of crap, because Riot went bragging that that was a 6K paper rate. That doesn't make sense that it restricts access to the game, because otherwise it wouldn't have made the paperweight comment a thing. Like, not to mention, it says it throws faults. That actually can damage a system if you throw a fault, because then what it will do is it will either cut voltage or change something. And in cases, a great example, Dell does this automatically. You shut off a system 3 times in a row, it thinks something's wrong and launches diagnostics.
Yep.
Yeah. Dylan is correct that any kernel level anti-cheat can do very big damage to your system. However, we've not really ever had a game company who is this out and proud to say that they basically can come out and brick your system. Now, to be completely honest with you, will they brick your system? Unless your name is Trainwrecks and they've already revealed your IP address, probably not. But, like, it's just the idea that these people are so... they have so much balls that they are coming out and saying, hey, if we think you've got this this piece of hardware on your system, we're going to do whatever we think is necessary to protect our game. And it's just like, why don't you just ban me? Why don't you just kick me out of the system and say, well, fuck you. Your system is not you got to make a new account. It's just like, I'm very tired of companies that do that like allow people to make these kinds of statements, because this is not only morally dubious, but I feel like this is very legally dubious as well. Them coming out there and saying that they can and will do this.
Yep.
Well, that's the reason they backtracked so hard on it. Like,
yeah, they backtracked. Well, they backtracked and lied, saying, "Oh no, we can't do this to your computer." Yes, you can. You're just trying to hope that people won't sue you for it.
Absolutely. Riot even said here, "Congrats to the owners of a brand new $6,000 paperweight." So I'm gonna sort of crow Baba. I don't think Riot's intent here was to, haha, your system is bricked. Rather, haha, we banned your system from cheating. No. Their intention was bricking. They would not have posted all this hardware if it wasn't for the intention of bricking.
It's also worth noting in their tweet afterward, when they were backtracking, they stated that they throw hardware faults. Those are dangerous to throw out, especially at that level of where they're working at, because those are effectively close to assembly language, which is right next to the hardware. If you're throwing those faults out, it will cause the system to be unstable. And they state they create instability. Yep. That can brick a system.
Correct. So let's go and give this a read. Well, that escalated quickly. There's been a wave of claims by cheaters about Vanguard bricking their PCs. So let's clear that up. Vanguard does not damage hardware or disable your devices. The photo we posted is a picture of cheat hardware devices that are sold explicitly for cheating in Valorant, not normal PCs or PC components. Through our latest updates, Vanguard now makes these devices worthless for Valorant, but does not in any way brick PCs or PC components or PC software. Bull. You lying immediately.
That's not true at all.
Our latest update enforces standard platform security features like the input-output memory management unit on accounts identified as using direct memory access. Cheating devices. These protections are already part of modern systems, and when enabled, they block DMA cheat devices, such as those shown in the picture, or shown in the photo, from accessing memory in downstream applications like our games. If a cheat setup continues attempting to cheat after those protections are enabled, the system may generate hardware faults or instability. This is expected behavior under IOMMU when attempts are made to read protected memory. Disabling IOMMU allows the cheat device to function again, but IOMMU will still be required to play our games. This means the cheat device won't work with our games, but your PC isn't bricked. We would not and cannot impact your PC's functionality in any other fashion. Bullshit, you did. This functionality only applies to systems attempting to DMA cheat devices, and players who are not using DMA-based cheat setups are not affected. We'll keep investing in anti-cheat to protect competitive integrity, and we'll keep being as transparent as possible about how those systems work.
Here's my problem. They, again, everybody already knew that they had these powers, and everybody already knew that they could make all this stuff, especially the people that knew how bad kernel level anti-cheat stuff worked. The problem is, again, this is the first time that a company has come out and said, haha, if we detect that you're going to do it, this is what's going to happen.
Mhm.
Like, no company has come out to the level of retardation that they have and done this. So I could never trust them ever again because of this. And if you do trust them, you are actively like rolling the dice that they won't do something with your computer.
Exactly, because some anti-cheats or some DRMs will literally look at something that there's been hundreds, thousands of reports of DRMs catching something that isn't a virus, isn't a cheat. It could be something as simple as a macro that you put on your mouse. I'm looking at you, Destiny, for catching one of my friends using a macro for Divinity and screaming at him to turn it off or he's banned.
Victus, I will jump onto the question of who cares, cheaters going to cheat. The problem isn't the cheating. Like, nobody cares about the fact that these people are cheating. The problem is that they can affect hardware. So basically what it says is effectively you don't own your computer. That you don't own the technology that you scrimped and saved and spent thousands at this point to get. That is in fact the major problem. The second one is from a cybersecurity perspective and from a, an InfoSec perspective, this is incredibly alarming because all one then has to do is basically give a calculation of how many people play Riot games. I can tell you right now, a bulk of a country, it's called South Korea, plays a bunch of Riot games. All you have to do is, and granted, this is a lot easier to state in theory than in practice, all you have to do is basically convince Vanguard that a computer has this anti-cheat device in it, and then to create those problems. Theoretically speaking, if it throws hardware faults that then break the system, even if they've not gone with manufacturers and gone with a patch, this means it's a 0-day exploit that can happen. You could theoretically brick computers, and let me tell you, the damage that could happen from that scale could cripple countries and cripple economies entirely, if not crash the PC market. That is what's scarier.
Yep. This is where
I'd also like to add, again, for people that don't know, kernel level anti-cheat basically allows them to touch the assembly line of your computer and get it to do things that most operating systems won't let you do because it destroys the computer. You want to go in there and tell your computer to turn up the temperature and to the fact that it can kill itself and tell it it's not allowed to turn off if it turns up the temperature too much. That can destroy your computer, and they can do that.
Yep, absolutely.
That's why it's so dangerous.
Yeah, it effectively changes your computer before you've even turned it on.
Absolutely. And this, I'm going to give Bungie some credit here. When Destiny still has a massive cheater problem, I'm not going to say it doesn't. I will never say it doesn't. But a while back, Bungie actually sued one of their cheat makers and cheat hardware developers and took them to court. Bungie did win that. That is better than what Riot did here. Because what Riot did here, it does not matter if they bricked hardware designed for cheating. You know what? I'm glad that they stopped that cheating. What I'm not happy about is that their anti-cheat is able to brick hardware. What does the DRM treat as cheating software? Because again, it could be as simple as a macro that they deem as cheating, and that could brick your system. That's not good. That's actually very illegal.
Yeah. Again, if you play anything from Riot Games, you are actively like choosing to roll the dice with your computer.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Like, again, I'm happy that Riot is able to be like, we figured out a way to solve the cheating problem. If they did, fantastic. It's just, this is not the way to do it. And in fact, all Riot has done, more realistically, is just may have killed DRM in general. Because if this goes to court, I promise you that they will also pull in companies like Denuvo, Easy Anti-Cheat, and so many others. Because if Riot can do this, what about the others?
Well, it also goes another way on the... It's a double-edged sword here. So if it goes bad for Riot and they get, pretty much slapped for that or smacked down, that also means other companies are going to get smacked down for it too.
Mm-hmm.
I hate to cite this, but I'm looking at you, Arrowhead, because you also have a kernel-level anti-cheat in Helldivers 2.
Yep.
Once one finds out how it happened, someone could exploit that anti-cheat to maliciously brick people's PCs. Yeah, that's a big problem.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yep.
Absolutely. So no, this is not good.
I mean, it's good to force change because now everybody knows and it is out there.
It's a Pandora's box allowing companies to seed this software in your computer. Like, it's a ticking time bomb. It is. It absolutely is a ticking time bomb. So, if you're playing a Riot game, get Vanguard off your system. The easiest way to get it off your system is a full wipe and reload of your Windows operating system. Start fresh.
Yes, because it's also worth mentioning. So the problem with Vanguard is, unfortunately, it has been proven to be remaining on a computer even after uninstalling stuff from Riot, including the games and even the launcher.
Yep. Yeah, and actually Narahime brings up a great point. For send remote signal, what happens when Vanguard gets hacked?
Correct. Because let's be real, this is, again, why it's easier to state this in theory than in practice, but all one has to do is compromise the database of what a cheating device is. You compromise that and you effectively could screw everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And Riot would be spending quite literal years undoing the damage.
And I'll tell you right now, I know governments are looking at Riot with a fine-tooth comb because they're owned by TempKitsempt. Which means now you are giving the Chinese government access to computers and hardware that can brick PCs. Meaning, if they so decided, now this is really far-fetched, and there's no guarantee they'd ever do this. But it is possible that if someone using Vanguard disapproved of whatever the Chinese government is doing, the Chinese government can tell Tencent, kill. And they could. I'm not saying they will, but that is a possibility.
Yeah.
So, no. Riot, ironically, this may have actually done, not even may, it did in irreparable damage to League.
I crossed
and
my
Valorant.
fingers for that. I crossed my fingers for that because fuck League.
So, if anyone ever thought I was going back to League to play something with some friends, never again. Not until Vanguard is gone. And even then, I don't even know if I trust them. So, no.
I can't trust it at all. I mean, that's my problem. And it is worth noting for reference, chat, Tencent Holdings is one of the several companies, along with something like DJI, that is listed on the United States government quote-unquote blacklist of providers and software and hardware providers not to be used when it comes to federal government or state in any way, shape, or form.
Yep. So if they don't want to use it, why are you?
Yep, exactly. So, not a good thing. I suspect Riot's going to be under some investigation here soon. And it's going to be interesting. For the thought if as someone exploits Vanguard, they could hit Riot themselves. Not a great use of resources. No. Not a great use of resources at all.
Mm-hmm.
Into other interesting news. I wanted to talk about this one while Dylan was here, actually. I saw this one yesterday, and he and I talked about this one, and oh my god, this man is stupid. Controversy at Square Enix, and they mention Genshin Impact. Jacob Navik, former business director at Square Enix, has dropped some very harsh statements. He says the company is failing to attract new generations. He claims their biggest mistake was letting another company create the Genshin Impact phenomenon. He proposes making modern free-to-play games with risky collaborations. He even suggests mixing Final Fantasy with K-pop. And he blames internal bureaucracy for being too slow.
I mean, we can all agree with that.
No, actually. Well...
So, the internal bureaucracy being too slow, are we sure it's being slow because it's Square, or are we not entirely sure that it's being slow because Square is aware of what he has been doing?
Yeah,
I'm going to be completely honest. My favorite one here is The biggest mistake is letting another company create the Genshin Impact phenomenon. I need you to stop, sir. That's not what Square was designed to do. In fact, actually, their biggest cash cow, which is Final Fantasy, was created because the company has said that that was their last game they were going to make. They were going fucking bankrupt, and it somehow became a hit.
Yep.
That is the reason why they still respect this series. Not to mention, most of what they do when it comes to, in fact, their biggest cash cow, which is Final Fantasy XIV, has an entirely separate team and separate person for their cash shop. The only reason why Yoshi P pretty much gets free reign to do whatever the hell he wants is because they have an entire separate person and team for the cash shop, and he doesn't even touch it.
Yep.
In fact, he actually stated that the woman who runs the cash shop scares him. Genuinely.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
I mean, the cash shop in 14 is just fine to me.
It is, but still, it is one of the biggest things people will shell money out for. I have absolutely shelled money. I've spent like $60 on my sister alone just for mounts.
Yeah, I spent $30 on mounts alone, and that doesn't count me buying digital deluxe edition upgrades.
God, I bought physical,
if we count
man. You have no
those,
idea.
it's been over $100, and that's a...
If we're counting those, I've spent over $1,000.
Yeah. So, no. And also, it wasn't even MiHoYo that created the Genshin Impact phenomenon. You know who it was? Nintendo. With Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
Yes.
They
Because
just capitalized on
Genshin Impact uses the exact same formula that Nintendo does with Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom.
it. Mm-hmm.
It's just they gotcha-fied it, and that's all they did. So no, this statement here is stupid. Also, he proposes making modern free-to-play games with risky collaborations. They've done that, and every single time they have shut those games down because they failed.
Yep.
Yes.
And in fact, every game that has been doing that is inevitably actually failing. I mean, great examples of things that are struggling still. Fortnite, despite all of its money, despite all of the collaborations they've done, still drawing to a close.
Mhm.
Like they don't admit it, but they are still losing some money.
They
Like,
are.
and this is after an entire generation. Let's be real. Gen Z and Gen Alpha basically used Fortnite as the mall. Like, and the mall was where you went to meet and socialize and talk with people and even ask people out.
Yep.
And they are
That's
struggling.
weird.
Well, I mean, to be honest, nobody goes to a mall anymore. Seriously, have you been to a mall? Oh my god. Was there
Yeah, I
yesterday?
went the other day.
Went to one with an Xfinity store in it, and there was no one in there. It was weird. It was like 3 o'clock in the afternoon, too.
No, that's fair. I mean, I go there because there's a card store in my mall, but like that's it.
So, I think this man is entirely stupid here, and in fact, there's probably a reason he's a former business director. In fact, I think we talked about it last week. I forget, but there has been mass firings at Square Enix, primarily in their North American departments. Basically, anything not Japanese is getting gutted. And I have a sneaking suspicion I know why. And what's funny is, as much as Dawntrail is a pile of smoldering donkey shit in terms of its campaign, I think Dawntrail is partially for reason of this.
I mean, yeah, Dawntrail didn't do well. It got a lot of negative feedback.
A lot of negative feedback, and it is an expansion for their cash cow. And guess what mostly marred it? At people outside of Japan. I'm not going to say that like they're getting rid of all non-Japanese employees, but they're probably trying to prioritize more Japanese employees than they are outside employees. So, and it's one of the cases of like they're still working with, you know, people outside of I've scrolled way too far. We actually got some news from a beloved actor in the conservative sphere. And this is related to Square Enix. From The Rubber Duck, did you know James Woods was so passionate about voicing Hades in Hercules that he offered to do it for free? When the film ran into budget issues, he volunteered to return his salary just to make sure it got finished. He's also the official voice of Hades in nearly every appearance since. James Wood responded, "Not nearly, but absolutely every time Hades appears in any iteration, I do his voice. I was in the
Really?
studio just a few weeks ago, in fact. I love this character, and the creative team at Disney never failed to do top-notch work. That key line right there has got people's attention.
I mean, yeah, it would have my attention as well. It's, for starters, that excites me because that's cool. I very much loved Hades as a character. Fun fact for those who don't know, this is going to date the hell out of me. The original artist who did all of the concepts for Hades and a lot of the characters in Hercules also worked on Pink Floyd's The Wall.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, yeah.
I'm hearing Kingdom Hearts news then, is what you're telling me.
That's a possibility.
Yeah.
We just don't know.
So, and this was supposed to be Kingdom Hearts tomorrow. Another confirmation that he likely recorded his lines for Kingdom Hearts 4 a few weeks ago. We've known Kingdom Hearts 4 has been in development for a long time. Kingdom Hearts, I believe every Kingdom Hearts game has had Hades in it to a degree. I could be wrong on that one, but at least every important Kingdom Hearts game has had Hades. And he has voiced Hades in all of them.
Mm-hmm.
And as far as we're aware, Disney does not have anything in the pipeline that involves Hades as a character, except Kingdom Hearts 4. And considering we're Kingdom
That was
Hearts
an
3,
accident by his hand.
So, really quick, he was in Kingdom Hearts Kai, Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep, Kingdom Hearts 1, 2, 3, Chain of Memories, and Coded.
Yep. So, and I know for a fact that both Tetsuya Nomura and Disney know that Hades is a very central character to Kingdom Hearts story, or to its lore. In fact, he was in 3 as a kind of pseudo foil to Maleficent. Because Maleficent wanted information out of him, and Hades just like, nope, fuck you. You fucked me, fuck you.
Right.
So, him being in 4 would not surprise me at all. So, and we're actually entering into that phase of Square's pipeline where they started reworking how they deliver content. That period's almost up. Because they stopped delivering games, you know, like Final Fantasy, Kingdom Hearts, Dragon Quest, minus, you know, the remakes for 7, because those were already in the pipeline, besides expansions for 14, because those were already in the pipeline. That ends in 2027. 2027 is also when we're getting Evercold. It's also likely the release schedule time for 7 Remake Part 3. We are probably going to be hearing about Kingdom Hearts 4 this year.
You think so?
I do. I don't think it's releasing for a while still, but I think we're entering a point when we're going to finally start hearing something.
Square, I beg of you, release it on PC the same time you do it for consoles.
Well, Square's already said they're embracing fully multi-platform. If Kingdom Hearts 4 is not multi-platform, I can promise you it is going to be because of Disney. Probably at D23. Yeah, D23 is probably a very likely thing. If not D23, there's 3 places that it will be announced this year if it's announced at all. Summer Game Fest, which I don't think is going to happen. D23 or the Game Awards. I think the Game Awards is also very unlikely. I think D23 makes the most sense. I'm betting Kingdom Hearts 4 might have a 2028, 2029 release. I think at the very most, end of 2027 is what we're looking at. Primarily because if we're looking at what Square has done, Evercold, which is the new expansion for Final Fantasy XIV, comes out in January. There are a lot of rumors right now that Square will be announcing 7 Remake Part 3 imminently. From what we've heard internally from Square, that game is pretty much ready to go. Like,
Really?
It's almost done.
Okay.
They're still using Unreal 4. They're using a lot of assets from the first 2. They're reusing a lot of assets to make sure this goes smoothly, instead of just trying to make new things. And that's good.
Yeah, I would say, why waste your time making new shit?
Exactly. So I suspect that one's probably going to be an early 27, maybe even mid 27 release. But that means, as far as we're aware, if that is the case, that end 27 is very empty for Square. that would be the perfect time to release Kingdom Hearts 4. Because at that point, all you have left from Square in the year of 2027 is patch releases for Final Fantasy XIV. And we're probably only getting a couple of those. So, we'll see. I'm guessing 2027 release for 25th anniversary. Very likely. He was slobbering over that one game he featured at the end of last year's Game Awards. We don't talk about Highguard. Highguard is dead. Can we talk about how lame the name Evercold is? Why not Everchill or Permafrost? Because the point of Ever... You have to think about these names in their Japanese titles. What does Ever and Cold mean in Japanese? The point of the story that we are told for Evercold is that it is a perpetual frozen wasteland. Which means it has been, as far as we're aware, forever cold.
Right.
I would dive into more of that, unfortunately, but I will be hitting spoiler territory, and there are some people in the chat who do not need to hear it.
Correct.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was about to say.
So,
but I can't.
There's a reason for it being called Evercold. I'm very certain of that. I actually don't mind the name. I think it's really cool, and I think that the expansion is going to be touching in very similar themes that Shadowbringers did.
I mean, that's the themes are what is driving me for this one into thinking it's good. That and having watched some of the, granted, again, it's Blizzard, but having seen some of the Diablo 4 trailers for the new stuff they're doing, not gonna lie, they're actually doing decent on some of those trailers. I've also seen some crazy stuff that a paladin can do that I didn't think a paladin could do.
Yep. Reminder, English 14 is based on Old British English. Correct. That also does factor into a lot of naming. I thought Kingdom Hearts 4 would be using Unreal 5. Yes. So, Final Fantasy 4... Sorry, not 14. 7 Remake. Part 1, 2, and 3, which is Remake, Rebirth, and as far as we're just aware, Part 3 are all using Unreal 4. 16 uses Unreal 5. And Kingdom Hearts 4 started with Unreal 4, and they rebuilt the game from the ground up using Unreal 5. I'm not saying Square is not using Unreal 5, but 7 Remake is using Unreal 4. So,
Deep freeze, yes.
As far as Square's concerned, there's stuff on the pipeline. And if what James Woods has to say is true, and that he's been in the studio, if he's been in the studio for Hades for Kingdom Hearts 4, that means that 4 is getting really close to being done. Because this means they're into English voice acting.
Which is one of the last steps.
Yep. So, I'm just saying that I think 4 is imminently on the horizon as well. The question is, how imminent is it? So, we'll see. I guess in the same way, also, Akko, you just got rated.
Did I?
You did.
Oh, Dermy Wormy, thank you for the raid. Welcome, everyone. I feel bad because we've approached the point of the stream where, you know, I've already gone through the Hassan bad shit. So if you want to go back and listen to the talking about how horrible Hassan is and how he has a 50% chance of facing repercussions for his actions, you'll go back. But now we're talking about video game and pop culture news.
Indeed.
By the way, thank you for the raid. I appreciate it. Welcome, everyone.
I would also like to point this out, because Anubis brings it up, Kingdom Hearts 4 really needs Final Fantasy characters in it. Tetsuya Nomura has already acknowledged that. The DLC for 3 had Final Fantasy characters in it, and he acknowledged that a lot of the issues with 4 was the lack of Final Fantasy. And I've already made my opinion on that I think a lot of the reason why Kingdom Hearts 3 failed was because Disney touched where they should not have been touching.
That sounds way weirder than it needs to be.
I
I know what you're
understand.
going for, but...
It makes sense. And the fact that from the first Kingdom Hearts 4 trailer we've gotten, which showed Star Wars, and I could promise you that was Star Wars, and that was very specifically Endor. This means Nomura is very, very likely trying to tard wrangle Disney, and that might be why 4 has taken as long as it has.
I would be all right with that. I'm gonna be real
Because
with you.
people who don't know, Tetsuya Nomura is a giant Star Wars nerd, specifically original trilogy.
Mm-hmm.
Which means Disney may have been pushing for sequel trilogy, and Nomura told them to fuck off with that. In fact, if anything, Tetsuya Nomura may be delivering what may be one of the best interpretations of George Lucas era Star Wars that we may ever get. Because that's what he
tell us
grew
where
up on.
Disney touched your IP, exactly.
Really, yes. There was no Final Fantasy elements in Kingdom Hearts 4. Or Kingdom Hearts 3, sorry. Minus the Remind DLC. And Nomura has already stated Final Fantasy will have a much bigger presence in 4. In fact, do not even be... I was going to make a video on this. I'm not going to anymore, at least not for a while still. But there is a point in this video where I was going to flat out say, I think the next Alliance raid for Final Fantasy XIV will be Kingdom Hearts themed. This is obviously a spoiler for Kingdom Hearts. But there is a point when Sora disappears. And Riku, who is his best friend and rival, has to go find him. But the point of Kingdom Hearts is traversing other worlds. My theory for this Alliance raid was going to be Riku focused. The reason why it was Riku focused is because Disney has a very specific rule that you cannot use Donald or Goofy or Mickey. But if this journey that we know Sora or Riku was going on from the end of Melody of Memories was specifically Riku focused, and that it was just him. Meaning they could push him into Final Fantasy XIV as an NPC, and we, the Scions of the Seventh Dawn in the 14 story, would be helping Riku go to find Sora.
However, we know that's not the case.
We know that's at least not the case for Evercult.
Mm-hmm. Not anymore.
Yeah, now we have Evangelion, which I'll be honest, I'm excited about. But that was the point, and they could have worked it out. And then if potentially where it went, we could have had a crossover where we had a character in Kingdom Hearts 4 that was from 14. I doubt we would, but that option was there. And I still think it's possible because Yoshi P has already stated that he wants to do a Kingdom Hearts collaboration with 14. It's just he doesn't want it to be just a random event. He wants it to be meaningful. The only way they could do that meaningfully would be a Alliance raid like they did with the Nier raids.
Right.
To be fair, though, I mean, as much as the Dark Apocalypse raids were fantastic, and I will openly admit they were absolutely fantastic and fun to play, even when, God bless the healer that was in our freaking Alliance when we were doing the pre-orders, I think my group is still sorry. We all died one at a time just to get our pre-orders in for the next expansion. As amazing as they are, can I be real with you? I am so fucking sick of seeing 2B and Nier everything. Oh my god.
Yeah, I agree with that. No, I completely agree with that. I'm sick of seeing her too. Can we just have a new Nier game? Square? Did you see that Gachi Kuta got bullied offline? Yes, in fact. We're gonna get to that, but I kind of want to top it off with a couple more gaming things, and then we'll go to that. One, PC beats Capcom's top sales platform for the past 3 years in a row.
I mean, are you surprised?
So this is their PC versus console. So console is in the green, and PC is in the kind of like darker green. Look at all those sales. So for for the fiscal year 2020, 2021, and 2022, console was beating them. But with fiscal year 23 through 25, PC dominated. We knew this. Obviously, we knew this was going to be a thing. But the fact that Capcom themselves have fully acknowledged this means that Capcom is going to fully 100% lean into PC and multi-platform. Capcom, at this point, seeing these numbers, is probably going the same route as Square and just fully multi-platform. No more exclusives.
Which is what they should be doing.
Mm-hmm.
What every platform should be doing. You can still... I'm going to be honest. PC is... I could see PC as like the pseudo future where you have a mixture of a PC with a an OS that's made for controllers. I'm going to be honest.
Oh, I didn't mean to open
That's
that.
what they should be doing.
What happened here?
Dude, hide your screen. Don't want to see your porn.
In the cases of exclusives, Sony is raising PlayStation Plus prices again.
Didn't they just do this a couple months ago?
Sony is once again adjusting prices in 2026, this time focusing on PlayStation Plus subscriptions. For new customers in select regions, the updated pricing officially takes place on May 20th. So this happened. The increase mainly affects shorter-term subscription options rather than yearly memberships. The standard 1-month plan is moving from $9.99 to $10.99, while the 3-month subscription jumps from $24.99 to $27.99. Similar price increases are also happening across the UK and European pricing tiers. The good news for current subscribers is that most existing members won't immediately feel the impact. In many regions, Sony's allowing active users to keep their current pricing as long as their subscription remains uninterrupted. However, if a membership expires, changes tiers, or gets modified in certain ways, the updated pricing would then apply. Exceptions include countries like Turkey and India, where the adjustments are affecting a broader range of users. So, PlayStation is getting even more expensive.
Really quick. It's stated the account has to be modified in some way. Theoretically. Now, I'm not saying they're going to. I wouldn't put it past them. But theoretically, if your card inevitably expires, you got to update it. Technically, that means your pricing could theoretically change.
Correct. So, if you're paying for PlayStation Plus, get ready to be paying more. Actually, you're already paying more, technically.
Indeed.
It's already
Why
happened.
I don't use PlayStation Plus.
Yeah. Fuck Sony. I realized that we have not talked about this yet, and I feel bad for not talking about this because this is one of the main things I wanted to talk about. Earlier this week, chat, Tom Kane passed away at the age of 64. He was the iconic narrator of the Clone Wars series, as well as the voice of Yoda and Admiral Yellered, as well. He also voiced Professor Utonium in the Powerpuff Girls. I also know him for other voices. He was Monkey King in Kim Possible. That's what I know him most from, actually, and I guess the Clone Wars. But he's been in things for many years, and from my understanding, he had medical complications, and he passed away.
I was gonna ask, passing away that young is really unfortunate.
So
that's rest in peace, sir.
Yeah.
Sorry, my throat's a little sore right now.
No, you're fine. You were talking for hours. 64, cancer. From what I've heard, I cannot verify this, but from what I've heard, it was a stroke complication.
Oh, if it's a stroke,
that
then
happens a lot.
I have a family member that survived a stroke. Those are not like.
Those are not
if
pleasant.
you survive it, you're like insane.
Yeah.
Like, it just hurts because it's like, again, dating the hell out of me. Grew up with the Powerpuff Girls.
Yep.
That sucks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we just watched the Powerpuff Girls movie last week.
Yeah, the stroke, if I recall correctly, stroke fucking sucks to deal with. It does. Yeah. So, rest in peace, good sir. You definitely deserve it. In fact, the Powerpuff Girls creator, Craig McCracken, posted an image as a tribute to Tom Kane, specifically saying, "Thank you, Tom. Your warmth, heart, and humor resonated through your astounding voice and brought so much joy to so many lives, especially mine. Love to you and your family, my friend Craig." So, yeah. It sucks.
It's very unfortunate.
So I wanted to talk about that. It didn't hit as hard for me because I didn't grow up with some of the stuff that he was in. Mostly because I didn't really watch TV growing up.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
So,
if I'm reading the implication of this right as well, it wasn't just Utonium he did. That means he also did Mr. Harriman in Foster's, in which case, oh man, that's a hit.
yeah. So, this hurts. This hits. It hits hard. So, the world dims a little more. It does. Tom Kane voiced Mr. Harriman in Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends, which hit hard for me. Yeah. So, rest in peace, good sir. Now, I know Vic just mentioned it. I do want to bring it up. It's in here somewhere. Where are you? I did not lose you, did I? Or are you a new thing I posted? There you are. Yeah, okay. Kei Urana, the creator of Gachiakuta, has deactivated her X account after online backlash and harassment from online users, or from some users. This happened only hours after the manga won 3 awards. The situation started after Urana reposted a fan cosplay video on her Instagram. Some criticized the post while others defended her. Urana also blocked several users who were attacking her. Before leaving X, Urana said the ongoing chaos was affecting her creative work and mental focus. She ended her message by saying, "Catch you somewhere else."
To be honest, you really don't need a Twitter in order to be successful with this kind of work, but it is really unfortunate that people were being like this. This is why I say, chat, that gatekeeping is required, all right? Because of people that act like this.
To be honest, I think it's the social media problem has become what started as a problem with my generation, early millennials, has now expanded to a broader spectrum problem with Gen Z and Gen Alpha. And that is particularly the main problem because social media in and of itself has become that vitriolic.
Yep.
And I think that is a broader problem that needs to be addressed. And I don't know if there's a way you can address it without straight up just killing social media.
Mm-hmm. To be fair,
which would be funny.
If social media died, I tell you right now, things would improve dramatically.
Yeah. I think we'd have a lot less stress because a lot of people would feel better. I can tell you a lot of stress would come off of Gen Z and Gen Alpha because, man, having to be plugged in 24/7 is rough. And my generation's the one that invented it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's not... It sucks that she had to go through this, and several creators are as well.
It's mostly Japanese people that seem to walk away the most.
Well, yeah, absolutely. In the same vein, I actually want to bring this up. I know you talked about it on Under the Tea. I know Mizu mentioned it as well, but I do want to bring it up because it fits within the context of Dogwave. I've lost it here. It's here. Here it is. Gooseworks has issued a statement following backlash over their response to the movie leak for The Amazing Digital Circus. I know people are upset with my response, which is fine, but I kind of just wanted to make a cartoon, and it ended up being way more trouble than it's worth. I really can't keep my heart in this thing anymore. It's gotten too much bigger than me, and I probably shouldn't be the figurehead of it.
Mm-hmm.
So, can I jump in on that one real quick? So, as a person who's created things and has worked on trying to make things, I doubt Gooseworks will hear me, but from one artist to another, like, thank you for making the cartoon. Thank you for making it. Like, I bought tickets for this. I didn't even hesitate. I'm going to go see this with friends.
Same.
Just the fact that you made it is already a testament to the awesomeness of it. And I just want to be upfront. To be completely honest, a lot of us have understood that the fandoms can be a problem, but the creation itself is still great. And as a result, you yourself are still great.
Mm-hmm.
To be honest, don't take this as a leaving the creative endeavors. Keep doing those. But, like, in the future, it would be cool to see more stuff from you. In all honesty, it is disheartening, but I'm not saying I'm angry or upset. I am saying I understand.
Yep. The fact that we're here at all, that creators are being bullied because the fans aren't getting what they want. And I get it. You know what? We were talking about Destiny earlier and how we yelled at them for, like, why are you giving us this stuff now? But these are like that was in the case of content. These people want to just create, and the fans are trying to make them bend to their will, and they're being nasty about it. Stop. And every
They
time
just need to stop paying attention and caring. I'm just gonna be honest with you.
they really do.
It's really funny because Gooseworks is trans, and a lot of people don't know that. A lot of people probably don't even care about that either, which is fair. And the people that are attacking, going after Gooseworks, are the very same people that you would think would celebrate Gooseworks for having that as their identity. But because Gooseworks does things in the way that they want, they don't bend to the will of others, and because other people don't like the way that they're doing things, they're wishing all manner of crazy things on Gooseworks, and it's just like, it's just kind of crazy, you know?
Yep. Yamazaki Wakana of Detective Conan anime passed away. Yes, she did. She was the voice of Detective Conan, and she passed away as well this week. That was one thing I forgot to add to the docket. It's just been a busy week.
That's another hit to the childhood.
They're all gonna go away eventually. Sadly. Sorry, I'm like...
So apparently this gets worse.
Been...
Thank you, Victus, for sending this to me. Hideyoshi Ando, the Gachiakakura graffiti artist, has deactivated his Twitter account as well, stating yesterday, I guess I'll delete it too. It's not even fun anymore. No matter how much I share all sorts of stuff here, if there's no one to appreciate it, there's no need to report it either.
I do just think that, like, Twitter isn't really a place to... Like, Twitter's a great place to engage with your fans, but, like, if there are no fans on it, why have it, you know?
Yep. She was Ran Mori, not Conan. Oh, okay. I never watched Detective Conan. So.
I did, and it was just... that's a hit to the childhood. That used to be on Adult Swim along with anime art, like Anime Block, along with the pretty consistent one of Inuyasha at like 5 in the morning.
Speaking of people passing away, let's instead celebrate a birthday. Mike Myers is 63 today.
Well, happy birthday.
Michael Austin Powers, Michael Myers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Up to birth.
Yeah, he's still alive last I checked, but he's 63 today.
I think he said he's doing a new Austin Powers movie.
Oh, really? How is he going to do that in this world?
Yeah, I was going to say, that's going to be intriguing.
Yeah, no, that's going to be interesting.
But then again, I mean, they did do a Naked Gun with, of all people, Liam Neeson, so...
Listen, if he brings back Austin Powers and tells all the woke people to go to fuck themselves, that would be the most amazing thing ever. Probably wouldn't happen, but...
So, to break away from the depressing things, who wants to be disgusted? Thank you.
I don't want to be disgusted.
Kirsha for spreading this around.
Oh god, no.
Bush's unveils rocket pop, apple pie, and pickle flavored baked beans in wild crossover.
The pickle one I can understand.
Okay. That's not nearly as bad as what I thought you were going to show. Continue.
Bush's is giving its classic baked beans a summer-inspired makeover with 3 new limited edition flavors based on nostalgic seasonal treats. The brand announces new dill pickle, apple pie, and rocket pop baked beans as part of a new summer lineup designed to bring unexpected flavors to cookouts and barbecues. Oh, yes, they will be unexpected. According to Bush's, each flavor starts with the company's signature sweet baked beans before adding twists inspired by classic summer foods and desserts. The dill pickle variety features baked beans and a tangy dill pickle sauce. That could actually be pretty good. While the apple pie version combines brown sugar, cinnamon spice, and sweet apple pie flavoring. The most unusual trio is the rocket pop flavor, which includes cherry, lime, and blue raspberry notes, inspired by the iconic frozen popsicle. Ew.
How does that even work?
The full collection is available now in a limited edition variety pack through Bush's online store. Apple pie and dill pickle baked beans are also rolling out at Walmart stores nationwide, while the rocket pop flavor will launch exclusively through Walmart online starting May 23rd. So, if you want these, you can get them. I don't know why you would want them, but you can get them.
Parker, you should send these to the guy that eats the MREs.
I don't think he would eat them just purely due to the fact that, like, it's not an MRE.
I already feel my stomach in protest. Yep. I might try the pickle one. Pickles are a summer food, apparently. I think that realistically with the pickle one is they needed something that's semi-normal. Because the other two are not.
You don't think so?
No, I don't. I really don't. So we're gonna be winding down here pretty shortly, but I did want to talk about The Boys. It ended this week, thank God.
I have not seen this show, and I have no investment in this show.
Yeah,
so
no,
I can't
don't bother
on
watching
this.
it. Eric Kripke reveals Anthony Starr's goal was never to create Homelander as a Donald Trump parody, stating, "I totally understand Ant's point of view. He's like, I'm not doing a caricature. I'm trying to create a character with a consistent internal life, and I absolutely agree and respect that," Kripke says. "So we'll just work on being purely internal logic and character motivation, and we won't bring Trump into it all that much." Motherfucker, you pretty much vetoed Starr entirely. That ending is... The show itself is literally a massive departure from the comics. To the point of it's its own story and not even in a retelling. It's not an adaptation. In fact, I've seen more and more people praise Starr for this. Because it's like, no, I want to tell the story of the character I'm playing the way it was intended. And not the way Kripke wanted it, which was... Because there were several Trump and anti-Musk analogies throughout the show. So, considering the show ended in such a way that's like... Well, bad. Let's put it that way.
Mm-hmm.
Is not great. And Kripke made Homelander a Trump allegory. He did. The creator is seething. I'm sure he is. Instead of The Boys, watch To Be Hero X. Yeah.
I mean, to be honest, this is really sad. I gotta go references. Watchmen did a better take on this than you guys did.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And that was written eons ago.
Yeah. Ironically, I think a great example of what Starr can do is because he was at conventions fairly, like, it was this year, basically around the time that we had the Zach Kreger Resident Evil movie announced, or like we were starting to see more about that. And people were saying that Capcom should hire Anthony Starr to play Albert Wesker. And Starr responded to that saying, I don't know if I could do the character justice. I don't even know if I want to play that as a character. And people literally came up to him after his panel and were showing him clips of Wesker in like 5 and like in all the other games that he was in. And Starr was like, oh, wait, no, I actually think I could do that very well. And it actually made him want to play Wesker.
Yeah.
So,
I got a tip from Mercenary. It says, "Hey Akko, hey Temp. I'm glad I never saw The Boys, but comics I was interested in. But could not find it that good, but better than the show. Hope you like the cyber deck." Yeah, I thought the cyber deck idea was pretty cool. I want to build a cyber deck one day, but I need to have a reason to build one. Because technology is only interesting to me if I can do something with it. That's why, like, after I built my network rack, it's not really gotten a lot of major updates. Because, like, the media server I want to build is useful, but I'm waiting until I can buy a graphics card that can fit it.
Mhm.
And then after that, I have to wait till I can buy memory. I'm not going to build something that I don't have a purpose for. So I have to figure out why I want to build a cyber deck.
Yep.
I don't have one yet.
well, the short version of this, as far as how The Boys ended, is it is considered to be up there with as bad of an ending as Game of Thrones or Stranger Things.
Yeesh.
Game of Thrones is specifically the worst one of that. It's very bad. Very, very bad. So, if you had any interest in watching the show, might I suggest just go read the comics. if you care. Let me double check. In fact, we're gonna jump into this real quick, because there were some comments from Elon Musk about this. Kripke probably got flack from his wife's boyfriend for Homelander being used in base memes and had to write that ending as a groveling apology. I'm not upset, just remarking that the ending sounds fake and gay. Kripke responded saying, he's posting multiple times. Also, I have notes on his joke writing. So, and from Matt Jarbo, media literacy is dead. The boys had the worst finale ever as major Game of Thrones comparison made. Alex the Critic, media literacy is when someone dislikes a media property that I like, an absolute retard. Yep. So, the boys failed spectacularly, and it's being unanimously hated.
I love Matt Jarbo. Matt Jarbo takes 1 step forward, 10 steps back.
I mean, I think this highlights a growing problem with Hollywood as a whole. And I think it was that Hollywood has stopped making things for an audience, and they've started making things for themselves. And it's been a never-ending circle of one-upping each other and getting upset and crying victim when people just don't want to, see their stuff. And then they go, well, it wasn't meant for you. Yeah, well, you guys are basically just kind of making stuff for yourself, and my man, that doesn't put bodies in seats, and it doesn't make you money.
Yeah, it doesn't. And that's the thing is, like, I forget who I was talking to earlier. And it's basically, we were talking about The Boys and how it's not a good adaptation. They were saying how there really isn't any good adaptations. And I'm like, as much as I did not like Mario 2, the Mario movies are, fairly accurate to the games. Sonic, for as much as it deviates from the actual games, is still very accurate. It's very faithful. And, you can change things while still being faithful. Just tell the story properly if you're doing it. One more depressing thing, and then we'll go into the last good thing, and then we'll call it a night. Star Citizen has officially crossed the $1 billion funding milestone.
Woo!
Becoming one of the most expensive video game projects ever developed. Development started in 2012 through crowdfunding. Funding mainly comes from player pledges and ship sales. The game remains in alpha after 14 years. The companion single-player campaign, Squadron 42, is reportedly in its closing stages, but there is still no firm public release date. The project remains both highly ambitious and highly controversial within the gaming industry.
Yeah, it does.
So, $1 billion.
I mean,
it's not even done yet.
Well, I'm not surprised by it. I've seen bits and pieces of it where it is space you can explore. It's supposed to be like No Man's Sky. But to be honest, the pain point I have with this is that it's, there's ship bundles that you can get, one of which you have to do work, you have to unlock it and do all these other things. But it's a bundle that costs $21,000. You can buy a car for that.
Uh-huh.
Wow, that's a lot.
What does it do?
It gives you quite a lot of ships to use, because you buy ships straight out. So you buy them, you can use them for whatever you'd like. It's basically like EVE Online on steroids. It is, it's from the same people. Again, this is going to take the hell out of me. The people who started Star Citizen made the original Wing Commander games. And Wing Commander was a space exploration game that was really, really interesting and a lot of fun to play. So I get what they're going for the vision. But my man, you have been in alpha for the better part of over a decade. I'm going to be honest with you, that's the reason I've never touched it, is because genuinely, I don't think you'll ever release.
Yep.
Not when just people are willing to give you money without any,
Well, I'll be upfront, it's not a scam. It is, in fact, there is stuff being made, there is stuff you can get, you can explore space stations, you can get out of your ship, wherever you're at, and, fly around and explore as a little astronaut in space. So there is stuff being made. I will give credit where credit is due. It's not a scam, but its development takes for freaking ever.
Right.
Yeah. No, it is. And to finally wrap it up, because I could tell Akko is definitely ready to be done, because Akko's been live for almost 8 hours. Yeah.
As of right now.
Okay. From Katsuhiro Harada. Oh, wrong page. I finally made it to Waffle House. The staff are always friendly, and when I asked if they would sell me a menu, they sold me one for $5. Next time I'll be back at 3 a.m. for fight night. And he posted images of himself in Waffle House.
I want to know which one he went to.
Stuff is being
Right
made.
after
Take
tonight.
notes, Grums. Damn. But yeah, so
Yeah, Grums will never finish his video game. I know a lot of people like him, but Grums is never going to finish his video game.
So yeah, he doesn't do Tekken anymore, but maybe he's working on a fighting game where the Waffle House can be a stage.
I mean, that'd just be a bonus stage and an Easter egg I would add in at this point, man.
Yeah, to be fair, I think the only reason, because they were discussing it, I know Waffle House has also mentioned it. I think the major reason why they never actually did it is because Waffle House doesn't really want Waffle House to be known as, like, in a fighting arena. But it's become too much of a meme at this point that if they just allowed it, they'd be making so much business.
They would, yeah.
Yeah. I would straight up, there's a Waffle House that's like down the street from me. I would go to that straight out.
Yeah, exactly. So, I don't know. I hope Waffle House allows him to do that.
Yeah, I would definitely do it.
Avoid the South
I might
Atlanta
buy
Waffle
whatever-
Houses that they get weird. Oh.
I'd buy the game if it wasn't exclusive to a console.
To be fair, most games these days are becoming less exclusive. I think if we're going to start seeing exclusives, it's going to be from first party.
Yep.
But more and more companies, like you're seeing Square and Capcom, like whether or not they have problems, they're two of the biggest. And the fact that they're both seeing increased profits from multi-platform, and specifically PC, will show that these companies need to start doing multi-platform. The only ones you're not going to see it from is Sony, potentially Microsoft, potentially, and Nintendo. Everyone else sees the value of PC.
Yep.
So, I don't know. I thought that was funny.
I think it's fantastic, honestly. It's glad to see that he's actually doing other stuff besides what he had been doing for Tekken for so many years.
Yeah.
Because Tekken, again, grew up with the franchise. It is one of the franchises that I still have a group of friends that dedicate themselves to playing a bit. It is a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just glad to see that he's actually doing other things. To be honest, the Waffle House thing is hilarious and fantastic. I'm at least glad to see that he's taken part, or at least being able to enjoy a little bit of American culture.
So I'm going to leave you a little fun fact. I've never been to a Waffle House.
To be honest, it's pretty interesting, but it's also like most chain restaurants for the most part. The only real particular problem you've had is that, again, there's been a lot of videos claiming that, it's a fight place, but I claim it in the realm of, like, the pit over at Denny's at 3 a.m, that type of thing.
Yeah.
It's very, very rare, if at all.
Yeah. But
Yeah, I've not been there at night, but I do like their I do like ordering their protein bowl with gravy on it.
well, I will have to try it one day if I ever get to somewhere that has a Waffle House. We'll see if I ever do.
Fair.
And with that, chat, I think we're gonna wrap it up.
Okay, I've got a couple of $1 supers I need to read here.
Okay. Move your mouse.
They're all from Mercenary. Mercenary says, I found out I need to get cataract surgery soon. Well, I hope that goes well. I have to pay the government $14,000. Well, if you have to pay the government $14,000, don't send me super chats. Save that money for the government. Jeez. I'm no longer on insulin. That's good. That's good. Let's see here. Boulder King himself rears his gray, gravelly sandstone head out of whatever volcanic pit he was in. This insulting analogy is just derailed like a freight train in Germany after somebody put a penny on the track. Damn. He also says, say what you will about Star Citizen and Squadron 42, but at the very least, excuse me, they creaked their players better than Subnautica 2 did, and I still remember when the devs of Sub 1 were doing their politics on the official Twitter, SE stayed apolitical. Fair. We didn't really talk about Subnautica, but a large portion of its viewers kind of just died off because they wouldn't shut up about fucking guns in the game. Like I said last time, there's a way to like say we don't want guns in our video game without making it sound bitch made and cuckold like, but they don't do that, and instead they just make everybody hate them and not want to support them, and that's what happens.
Absolutely.
I mean, honestly, you could have just made it easier with negative reinforcement. You can have guns in the game, but the more stuff you kill, the more the wildlife in Subnautica 2 would avoid you, and you wouldn't be able to complete stuff, or at least not do it as easily because you have weapons, especially when you are an active, effectively predator with the gun. Like, that's an easy way to do it. You would still give the player the choice, and that's what it ultimately comes down to. Give the player the choice.
Yeah.
Yep. Have a good evening. Thank you. Happy Memorial Day. That's right. It is Memorial Day.
It is.
Oh,
Chat.
yeah.
It is. Happy Memorial Day, chat.
And I will be going to work tomorrow because it's not a day that's worth taking off at my job.
I will say thank you for working.
I'm not getting overtime though. They told me that working is good enough.
I mean, that's fine. I'm just be glad you're not having to do the stuff I just ordered a ton of today and overnighted.
One more before we leave off. Mercenary says the sub devs basically need a pacifist sub game because of Sandy Hook. Well, I know why they're doing it. I just think that they're retarded. Don't like again, if that's really the reason why and they're gonna moral fag about it, okay, cool, whatever. But like, then if they get mad if they lose all their players, then I'm just gonna say I don't care.
Absolutely.
Anyway, I'm
Chat,
sending you guys out.
as a final thing, I'm not shielded all. If you all enjoy the content I produce, I would greatly appreciate it if you have to like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, join the Discord, as it is the best place to know when I go live. We have Rare Dogs in the Discord. The new schedule will be going out tomorrow morning, hopefully. And if you want to support another way, we have memberships up, and with memberships you get access to emotes, members only streams and videos when those do happen. And yeah, and chat, thank you all again for the supers and the memberships tonight. It is greatly appreciated.
Good night, chat.
Otherwise I'm going to send you all out to Mizu.
Oh yes, the puddle is doing things.
So Puddle is doing anime audits with Kendra and Ryan. So behave for the Puddle. And I will see you all on Wednesday for probably Super Battle Golf. Yay.
I have to buy that.
Others, chat, you all behave for Mizu. I will see you all on Wednesday. You have a good night, chat. Bye.
Good night, chat.